We're out here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Spencer, turn this down.
That's a lot of walking.
1.
We're live.
We are live. It is the Bennington Show out in the plaza this morning. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. And we'll be here with you in the beautiful sunshine. This is the kind of the almost the end of June, and that means the end of nice weather in New York City.
Yes. Soon it's going to be just sweaty bodies and just weird panics.
Yes, it's summer. It's not an orgy. I don't know where that's coming from. Gail just leaned into my cigar to make a point. Try to get us both in the shot, Chris. We're up on Periscope. Apparently, we can do an entire show from Periscope, and I wasn't even aware of that until we tried it the first time.
And apparently the audio, perfect. Which is weird, because why does it sound like you can hear the sound quality is not as good when you get a phone call?
Right.
But this is still a phone, so why is the sound quality so much better?
I don't call anymore. I just Periscope with my parents. I'm like, Dad, stay in the picture.
Scope you later.
Yeah. There's Chris giggling away. You've got a Barney Rubble thing that everybody loves.
Thank you very much. I was trying to get that started.
Try to get a shot. I wanted you to do the countdown with Spencer Berger. Spencer, get a shot of Spencer, please. Spencer is our new right-hand intern, and today was his first day. Kind of field producing this thing back and forth between us in the studio.
I think he's crushing it. He's doing a great job. How's the experience been?
The experience has been great. You know, I'm learning a lot of stuff here. You know, working in the city and meeting a lot of nice people around the office. You know, it's been giving me a great and wonderful experience to work here at Sirius.
Who's your favorite person you met in the office so far, Spencer?
Right now, there's no comparison. So far, everybody that I met is really nice.
Wow!
Oh, wow!
Wow! Not one bad person.
No, not at all.
Then I have to take and introduce you to Jack Vaughn. He's our boss. I was actually just reading all this stuff about Jack's dad. He had like this unbelievable, great Ernest Hemingway life. He was the second head of the Peace Corps.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
I know. I've never been the head of any Peace Corps. And I was just reading the stuff going, I wish this was my life. I wish I was a Golden Glove boxer out of Montana. Going in the Marine Corps during World War II, becoming a captain, triple Purple Heart, and then working all over the world and finally running the Peace Corps. And then I think he was an ambassador or something too.
If you had a Purple Heart, would you just wear it all the time?
Oh yeah. And if anybody ever wanted me to like do the dishes or something, and I go, I'd love to, but I can't. Purple Heart.
Because you owe everything to me.
He'd have to throw that in people's faces all the time.
He actually, so his quote was, I had 3 Purple Hearts, all in the butt, which was, the big World War II joke that, hey, I'm no hero,
Yeah.
But that's unbelievable. Well, Chris Stanley, your dad got a Purple Heart. He got all those injuries in his veins.
It's just as good.
Yeah, it is.
It's a purple track heart. That's what they were calling it.
And I'm sure you're just as proud.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes.
Chris's dad fought the most deadly enemy himself.
Sobriety. And he won.
How did he win?
Oh, by never being sober.
Oh, okay. So you went with a joke angle.
Yeah.
Like a little roast here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little roasty out here. It's warm.
There's Big Vito standing there above us with his Mets Hall of Fame shirt.
The old Mike Piazza tribute shirt.
Yeah, nice.
He did a beautiful snap for us, pre-show snap.
Yeah, it sucked. I didn't think the snap thing is all but over.
I don't know.
I mean, not only do Vito's snaps not interest me, neither do celebrity snaps.
No, celebrity snaps are dull. I started to get into snaps because of us getting a Snapchat. I don't really get it. It's just like
celebrities on Stairmasters.
10 seconds of being like, look at that drink.
I'm going for it. Yeah, look at this, eating healthy.
It's too short, and when they go away, it's just like it means nothing. I don't know. I was never a big fan of Snapchat.
What are you a fan of?
Periscope.
Yeah, but don't Periscopes go away too, Chris?
I mean, eventually, but you get 24 hours.
What happened? You were the king of Periscopes. You gave it up.
I don't know. The sobriety hurt my scoping. It's very weird. What happened?
Did you see that bird just like flew in my hair?
I saw that. Did it really? I don't. Oh my
It's
god.
like its wing touched my hair.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it
That happened to me
did.
when
You
I lost
saw
my-
it.
I feel like
Its
it
wing-
It
happened to me
touched
when
her
I
hair.
lost my
We're
hair.
on Periscope. I'm looking at the Periscope and never saw the
I'm
bird.
telling you, the wing touched my hair.
See if anybody saw a wing touch her hair.
Anyone see a wing touch Gail's head?
It fluttered in my hair. I'm having quite the morning because on the way here, the wind took my dress, blew it up. Huge, like, crowd of teenage boys standing by the subway.
It was
and
the
then
wind.
they all just cheered.
Oh, no. No one see this bird, by the way. No one saw this bird.
I'm telling you.
I saw the bird.
We were here. We have it taped.
We both screamed because the bird flew by.
And it touched my hair.
Oh.
It was my hair. I swear
We're
to
all
you.
right here, and we have it on Periscope.
These two are the thick as thieves, Ron.
Oh my god.
Oh, were you looking for it, Spencer?
Just look at the comments. People are just
What are they saying?
the fire truck going by. And some people said that a bird probably did hit her hair, but I actually didn't see it.
Excuse me, I'm a volunteer fireman. I have to jump on the back of this truck.
Oh, God.
Thank you for your service. You're a hero.
I don't like to consider myself a hero. I'm just extraordinary. And that just means extraordinary.
Why would you want to be that?
I don't know. It's like more ordinary than you ever wanted to be.
It seems
Oh my
intense.
God, a snake just went under my...
No, Ron!
Someone, I'm
Yes, it
serious.
just slid by and went under.
swear
Speedo
to you.
saw it.
What? No, I didn't. I didn't see anything.
What's that? You're not Vito, Spencer.
Spencer Berger.
I know, but still, I would have. I'm right next to you.
That's true. You would have seen it.
I would have seen it too.
Yeah.
He got you. He's good.
People saw the snake on Periscope.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, and getting off the subway today, my pants dropped in front of a bunch of high school kids.
Come on.
Big cheer.
Yeah. It seemed like a cheer. Might have been a scream.
Dear God, no.
So what is there to talk about on this June 30? Almost. Are we 31 days this month or 30?
30. So tomorrow's July 1st.
So July 1st.
tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yep.
We're all heading up to Amity Island,
Yes.
staying with the Kittner family. Unfortunately, I'm staying in their son's room. I got the call last night.
What happened?
He went swimming, and it was a little sharky that day.
Oh, God, no.
I usually stay home on the Sharky days.
I went to ask his mom what happened, but she just slapped the chief of police in the face. It was quite the scene.
It wasn't his fault, lady. Mrs. Kittner.
My
Come on.
boy is dead now. I just wanted you to know that.
She came straight from the funeral, full get-up, full 1890s funeral get-up.
You knew there was a shark out there. And you let the people swim.
And scene. Gail, I like what you're doing. I don't like the camera work, so we're going to reset up. You're great. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Screw the clothes.
All right.
Is there any notes that you have for me? Or?
My note is this. Thank you. As the director, I treat the actors great and the crew like shit.
And that makes the actors feel special.
And I do that because I've seen other movies about directors, and that's what they do. So I guess that's the way.
It has to work.
Yeah.
You've got to please the talent.
It is. Oh, God bless,
Bless
you.
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 Bless you,
Wait,
Spencer.
Spencer just did something amazing. He sneezed and dabbed at the same time.
Whoa,
There it
it's
is.
a dabber.
Yeah, that just it's so weird.
Do you always do that?
No, it just recently started.
Is it based on the dab?
I don't think so. No, I mean, because the phone was in my hand, and then I had to cover my mouth somehow, and I just.
But I thought you scored a touchdown. It's done so well.
Yeah, well, I wish I was Cam Newton.
I do too.
Intern Cam Newton.
Oh, God, you want to be called Cam Newton?
Killer Cam?
It's okay. It's all right.
He rushes for so many touchdowns, though.
This is another reason why me and Spencer are buddies. We both wear our badge same way like we worked in a factory.
Yep.
Factory Badges. It's the name of my new band. I might be going to Caroline's this weekend. Rich Voss is headlining this weekend.
Oh, nice.
And that's a fantastic show. Gail, your friend got to meet Rich today. Highlight of his tour.
Yeah. Mike Bonfiglio, who's just directed the new 30 for 30 Doc and Daryl. I think it's premiering July 14th. I believe that's it. But I went to the premiere and it's fantastic.
I would have called it Love Doc, Hate Daryl. The Ron Bennington story. Now, we had Daryl on the show before.
Yeah.
Very slow talking.
Very. I guess it's just like a speech impediment.
What do you have, a speech impediment?
I would think that the slow talking thing, does that count as a speech impediment?
I don't think that's a speech impediment. I don't think it is.
All right.
He gets quiet, just gives a close-up of himself smiling. Chris had another rough meeting yesterday. You're getting cases of the nerves.
Yeah, it's very strange, especially in meetings.
Well, because you don't like being in a tight space or whatever?
No, not at all.
You feel like everyone's looking at you?
You went off booze to nicotine, sugar, and caffeine all at the same time?
No, still on sugar, no caffeine though.
Okay.
Caffeine's just very recent.
And cheese.
And cheese.
Speaking of caffeine, you ever had 5 Hour Energy?
Oh!
What's that? What? Yeah. So
I wouldn't have 5 Hour
Me
Energy. That
either.
gives off caffeine.
That's
Too
true.
much caffeine. Not good for you.
Spencer Berger's making a great point. He's giving health tips to this.
He makes great points.
He makes great points.
He makes great points.
He makes great points.
Of course I make great points. And guess what? I like it.
Oh!
That's his summer catchphrase. I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
But yeah, you had the problem with 5 Hour Energy the other day.
Yeah, and Red Bulls, all those weird, basically chemical slurries that are supposed to fucking make you feel good. Flurries.
James Cameron, and this is up on the iBank today, James Cameron attacked the new Star Wars movie, saying it's the same thing that he's seen before. There's no creativity, no originality. Love it.
It's so great. James Cameron just fucking talking shit to J.J. Abrams. That's gonna kill J.J. Abrams.
Do you think he was like is he a fan of his?
He has to be.
The whole world's a fan of
Yeah,
James Cameron. He knocked the boat down.
It's okay. I'm just looking.
I gotta get you to pay attention. So the beauty of that, it's not even like James Cameron makes good movies.
I mean,
Like someone who makes bad movies hates bad movies. They're like, now you know what we're going through, James.
He's like, if you think my movies stink
Oh, yeah.
and are overrated,
How do you attack Star Wars when you made Avatar for originality?
oh shit.
got him.
Avatar's the most original movie of all time. The blue people.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Blue people. Smurfs.
And 3D. It's amazing.
And the 3D craze is over.
Yeah.
I remember nothing from that movie. I remember like some visuals, but I remember no plot whatsoever.
Well, you don't remember them flying around on a dragonfly and trying to
I remember that,
be at one with it?
but I don't remember what was happening, where they were. I don't know why.
They were on Tatooine, I think.
I think it was mostly because I was just looking at the back of Blue Reed's head the entire time.
Wow, you had better glasses than me.
You could see everything with this.
Yeah, I can see the back of Blue Reed's head, and I'm facing. Bryan Cranston also said he would go back and do Better Call Saul.
Thank God.
And it's why you hate Better Call Saul?
No, but I just want to see Walter White again, even in a flashback scene.
He's going to be working at the law firm with the blonde lady, and they're trying to find old files.
That's his role?
Yeah, it's 3 episodes of just people going through files.
Just filing?
And then it ends with, I've got it.
So,
See you next season.
Has there been many ties to the
Yes.
the first?
About what, a third of the cast is,
Yeah.
yeah.
And especially this season, where they bring back some other characters that were part of Breaking Bad, the Hitmen dudes.
Now, do you know how they met, him and Saul, at any point?
Yeah, I think he just called a lawyer, that's all.
Right.
Yeah, Saul was a lawyer in town, and he had like bus ads or whatever, and one of his guys got busted, and then they called Saul.
They better.
Yeah, right?
So there's no way, unless it's like they're at a supermarket together, you know what I mean? But we saw them
Right.
meet. Too bad he didn't go, oh man, good to see you again. So remember all those other adventures? We were in some crazy stuff.
JJ used to be Jimmy.
Spencer, do you watch these shows?
I don't think I have really.
What do you watch?
Depends. Usually, Ray Donovan's starting soon, so I'm
Oh,
probably gonna
yeah,
watch Ray
that's a good
Donovan.
one.
All right.
Homeland. What else? I watched MasterChef.
Oh, yeah.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Big fan.
He's something, that guy.
Yeah, well, I
right?
like to watch them because I see a lot of the MasterChefs on the air. They make a lot of good food.
They do.
Yeah.
And I've
They
always
do.
wanted to try Gordon Ramsay's food. And I think I've been to his restaurant in London at the Marriott. I don't even remember what I had. Maybe I had a steak or a burger or something. It was like, I was 11 when I went there. Yeah, but
London is awesome.
yeah, London's
Yeah,
a great
he's
place.
not involved with it anymore, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But he opened it, right?
He
Like
opened it. He had it for a couple of years. It was great, but he walked out. I don't know what happened.
He does a ridiculous amount of television. I don't think he has much time to cook anymore.
Does he still
Gordon
have?
Ramsay?
Yeah.
He does that.
Hell's
show-
Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen.
He also did Kitchen Nightmares, and I've started watching it on YouTube.
He
It's
does
like-
Hotel Nightmares too.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That was with James Corden. He did one with James Corden. I saw like a YouTube video.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Were they singing in the car together?
I think so. Something like that. Yeah, I've like seen bits and pieces though.
I've never seen Hotel Nightmares.
Yeah, it's terrible. They show a lot of jizz
Yeah, well,
on
hey,
blankets.
Kitchen Nightmares, they show a lot of how the food was like disgusting and all that stuff there. And then all of a sudden Gordon Ramsay finally turns it into much more fresh, beautiful style food.
I think that of all the service jobs I've ever had, I think hospitality is the weirdest gig. Like, you get the weirdest stories. It's like the weirdest experience.
Yeah. That hotel is it's insane.
Yeah, and like that it's a 24-hour business, so there's always some drama that's coming in. Like, you're always inheriting whatever like drama of the previous shift, and then just like weird shit happens in hotels at night. It's just weird stuff goes down.
Yeah. Of course, because a lot of people treat it like it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You know, they go into a hotel and they're just like, I'm gonna get wasted.
And like,
Get wasted at your house.
and people do things where I think they're like, I wouldn't do that in my home.
Sure.
But I would do it here on the road in a place that's not my house.
When I was a kid, I was a bellman, and whenever you take food somewhere, the dude would always try to make sure that his chick got caught naked. All the time.
Really?
Like, here, bring that in. And she's laying on the bed and has to jump under covers, and they both laugh. You're like, I know you're getting a kick out of this, but I'm 17.
It's my job.
So
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, the hotel that I worked at constantly had to have meetings with the housekeeping, with the bellman, to be like how to react in a situation where something like you're either being flashed or like, you know, it just
Yeah, it's
comes up all the
constant.
time. And like the women who were the cleaners there were like little old Chinese women.
Doesn't matter.
And they were so creepy to them.
Yeah.
And they would say, oh, men would just open the door with their robe open, invite them in. These are like women who are like grandmothers.
They don't care. You're in a hotel. That means sex vacation. It's the Bennington Show. You can go see us Unmasked with Norman Lear.
That's July 11th, Monday, July 11th at 3:30 p.m. at the Sirius XM studios. Go to interrobang.com for a chance at free tickets.
Now, we're also putting together the Montreal tour. A couple of masks up there. We just have to figure out how to do the ticketing. And we'll be announcing that, I guess, tomorrow, Chris?
Yeah, tomorrow. Everything should be worked out.
Excited for a big Montreal trip.
Yeah, who isn't? Can't wait to see old Chinese ladies try to come into our rooms.
And Chris, this is not a sex vacation.
I'm not even going to wear a robe.
You own a robe?
Nope.
You don't own a robe?
No, I don't own a robe.
I love a robe.
You come out of the shower and put on jeans?
I shower in
He doesn't
jeans.
even towel off.
Oh.
He just
No.
like pulls jeans over his legs.
His pants are soggy. This'll...
You mean right now?
No.
You sweat quite a bit.
Oh, good
Vito
God,
sweats
yes.
More you or... Here's the thing with Vito. If he has to do any kind of presentation, he starts to sweat immediately.
Oh, dripping, pouring. My hair gets all over the place. I got a little sweat collar brewing.
Oh,
And so he's
Jesus.
like this. Guys, I got an idea for the show. And he just starts mopping himself like Elvis. And we're like, it's just us. This is a conversation.
I should get a little Elvis rag and just wipe it off every time I'm doing a presentation.
Well, first of all, those are not called Elvis rags. They were collectible scarves that the king gave him.
I feel like I sweat more than Vito, though.
I think that you sweat for no reason other than Vito.
He has flop sweat. He has a traditional flop sweat.
Right.
You sweat because you're kicking dope.
He also makes it a scene when he's sweating, and he takes off his shirt, and he wants everybody to know that it's happening.
We did the town hall yesterday in front of the audience. He does the big, wipes his brow, and then looks at his hand.
I don't know what it is about that grosses me out.
It's a good
But
move.
I just don't know why you look at your own sweat. I don't know what you're expecting to see.
And then yesterday during the meetings when he was chewing on his nails and going so crazy, Gail keeps giving me the look so many times that I had to be the one who told him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Another dab sneeze and you missed it, Chris.
God damn it.
Yeah, summer allergies, I guess. I don't know what's happening.
But you went to the other arm with it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But they say that's the nice way to sneeze.
Yeah,
Sleep.
the vampire, the Dracula sneeze.
Yeah.
Because if you sneeze into your hand, then you're gonna touch.
Yeah, you don't want to get
touch
germs
everything.
everywhere. That's
Did you learn that, or are you doing that naturally?
No, naturally.
It's weird that he naturally does the correct kind of
good.
sneeze.
The other day on
I've learned with help, but not since I was very little.
All right, so it is learned.
I mean, it's technically learned, but I mean, it's still pretty much. It was like
Instinct.
Yeah, something like that.
it sunk in for you. I was on the train the other day and a guy did this really big dramatic sneeze, and he had been holding the pole, sneezed into his hands, and then looked up to see the entire train looking at him like, you better not grab that pole. And then he was just trying to lean against the door, but you know that he would have grabbed
Yeah.
it. He would have grabbed it if the entire car wasn't looking at him like, you disgusting.
Do you know how many TB germs are already sitting in? That's why we can't get Zika in New York. We
I know.
fight off every known
We're just-
disease just to live
You
here.
just look over, you always see a toddler, a baby sucking on the pole, and the mom just tries to make a dive for them. And you're like,
Too late.
That's how you become a real New Yorker.
Yeah, that's how you have the strength to live here. Look at Vito. You know what? With Spencer here, we don't even need you anymore, Vito.
Yeah, I'm just down here to set it off and then go upstairs and be the upstairs, the man in the skybox.
Oh, God.
What the fuck did you just say?
All right, Chris. Chris, just people say.
Sorry. Apologize.
Why do you like to make everybody come? You got a chest burn since you've been sitting here.
Yeah. When we first came down here, I
Give us
felt...
a close-up on your chest.
Check it
See
out,
that
bro.
red?
Look at that. This is
Very
from...
red.
This is from what? Half hour, 20 minutes in the sun?
Yeah.
I can feel my arm is burning. My arm's going to be crisp.
Why didn't you get us a shady spot?
Well, this spot has the outlet, which I was told I can't use anymore.
That's actually really funny.
I know.
Don't steal our power.
Excuse me, sir. Unplug your phone charger. You can't do this.
You can't put an outlet on the street and think people aren't going to plug in.
Well, guess what, Ron? There's another outlet on the other side. I'll be using that one next time.
He's gonna catch you, Chris.
He'll hunt you down the next time you do it.
No. No, they can't catch me, Spencer Berger.
All right, Chris, read us some...
Security's tight in the city.
right.
They'll be hopping. They're hopping.
Blue blockers are so 1990s. These are the tortoise shell.
I don't even think they made it to the 90s. That's late.
Tom the Cop says, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up, dude?
They're asking why I don't use sunblock. I don't want to get greasy. You know?
Why now?
I like my own personal grease. I don't need to add any more grease to my body. Candace says, what's up?
What's up, Canada? We're coming to see you.
They're saying Bobby Durst is going to get us. He's in fucking California. He's arrested.
Still, we got...
It's pretty crazy stuff right there, right? This is Bennington. Experiencing technical difficulties. We'll be back in 1 second. Chris is so crazy, though. Always tanning very quick. Always having to apply and reapply SPF 30 sunscreen.
looks nice, and I'm looking over, and hopefully one day I can go to Texas.
That's Spencer Berger. He's our new right-hand man.
He's the best.
He's everything that... I guess I scared off Vito, huh?
Yes, you did leave.
He ran and said he's going to be the eye in the sky. He was looking at Spencer doing his work as Spencer's first time producing down here, but then I hurt Vito's feelings, and off he ran.
He is king of the Irish goodbye, though.
He is. He disappears quickly.
He's fast too. You wouldn't.
Chris has an Italian goodbye where he cries and hugs everybody.
I don't know if I
I'm
can see you
leaving,
again.
okay?
I'm going upstairs.
You understand?
That's what you want, then I'm going.
Go Back Joe says, thank you, Benningtons, for making lunchtime so much better.
Oh, that's very nice. Go back. We like to think as lunchtime as brunch time.
Yeah.
It's always brunch.
I always say this: make every lunch a brunch.
I've totally given up on lunch. I mean, I live a lunch life, I live a brunch life. The Minnesota Vikings blow.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a fact.
Budapest says hello.
Budapest.
Budapest.
Wait.
It's a great town.
Budapest?
Yeah.
Oh boy, Budapest. I want to go there too. It's like, I mean, I've only been to Europe twice, and I wish I could travel all over to Budapest or go to Tel Aviv, Rome, all those places.
You like to be a world traveler, huh?
Maybe, yeah, but like going on birthright or going abroad, I'm probably not going to be going abroad.
That would be great. Why not?
I don't know, because, I don't think I might be ready yet.
Too blow-uppy?
I don't know, it depends, but...
It's too explodey to travel overseas right now.
No. Like, if you don't like to be exploded,
I don't.
it's not a good thing.
I like to be imploded.
But he's a world traveler. You've been a lot of places.
I've been to some, yeah.
He's went to a lot of places. He's kissed a lot of girls.
Mm-hmm. Broke a lot of hearts.
Sure. Broke a lot of bones.
Los Angeles says, what's up?
What's up, LA? How you feeling about LA?
Oh, I like LA. It's a beautiful place.
All right.
If someone wants to know if I missed their name, if they can bring pizzas to the next Scope show.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We had some nice pizzas yesterday. I don't know if they could be topped.
I know.
Oh,
those
they were delicious.
Excellent. They were so thin.
Star Tavern.
So good.
StarTavern.net.
Yeah, they don't have a .com. Chris went out of his way. Isn't it odd? They don't have a .com. They have a .net.
I'll tell you one thing. I like the tiny little pepperonis slices better than the large pepperoni slices.
You know why?
Why is that?
You like them crispy.
Yeah, the crispiness is fucking amazing.
Okay, please.
Oh, sorry, lady.
No, I meant the us.
Oh.
Yeah, you like it crispy. You like everything crispy.
I love a crisp. It's so delicious.
You need to start putting mayo on your grilled cheese. I saw that on TV.
You know, I think I have to get off mayo, too. On top of the cheese. I think I eat too much
There
mayonnaise.
was, cheese on the pizza.
I know. And
You're a health nut. You are.
I have to get off Ron. I have to get off the constant cheese and mayonnaise. I finally come to the realization it can't be every meal.
All right, more questions.
right.
We are live on Periscope as we do the first hour. We're in the plaza, much like the Today Show does. Hey, who's playing tomorrow at Fox and Friends?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna look it up.
Somebody told me it was the Rolling Stones.
What?
That'd be great.
No way.
Yeah,
That would be insane.
that's what I'm hearing. You're a Stones fan?
Heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Love them.
They're great.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Summer concert series?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fox and Friends. Summer
Fox,
concert.
yeah. All right, they're saying I have a body by Crave case. That's not nice.
Kind of a cute joke, though.
It is.
You know? Even if it hurts, it's still clever.
I'm focusing on the hurt part.
Yeah, I know.
But like, imagine they said it to someone else. You'd find it clever.
Hey, that town hall we're going to play tomorrow. How funny is Robert Kelly? Even with a bunch of TV stars, it's hysterical.
Good God, that man is
He is so
amazing.
funny.
Here's the other thing for us. Those TV stars adore him.
I know.
They're like, he's the fun guy, he's the sweet guy, he's the great guy. They're crazy about him.
Periscope wants to know if we're doing a double tomorrow.
Yeah, it's doubling up.
We'll be on OB Radio 7 a.m.
7 o'clock a.m. and then again at noon a.m.
Kingston Pete just bringing up Comedy 101 was hysterical.
It really was a lot of talk about us doing another one sooner rather than later. Chris, you contacted the judges last night. You got the venue. Is that right?
Not yet, no.
So you've done neither?
I've done neither.
Okay. So we're on it, is what I'm saying.
We are on it.
Yeah, in our own way.
Yeah.
Team Wasabi, jump on it.
This one says TBD. That can't be right.
To be determined?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Trace Adkins?
Holy shit.
That's
Trace
big.
Adkins.
Trace.
Yeah.
I believe he's missing a finger.
Why are you going to say stuff like that?
Just a fun fact.
It doesn't define him.
I know. I'm just.
I'm not
But
having
I
fun
find it
with that.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just not having fun.
What happened? Axe problem?
I think. I might have lost it. I think I got shot off,
Never.
or maybe he just got shot.
You know how good of a shot you got to be to hit a finger?
It could have been an accidental shooting. You know? I don't think they were aiming. I'm gonna take your finger off.
Try to hit one.
Well, I'll have to give him a high 4 when I see him.
What up, Trace?
Oh, God.
His wife shot it off. Is what I'm hearing on Periscope.
Well, then it must be true.
Yeah, right.
More Periscope questions, Chris.
All right.
Cues.
Let's get some cues on Periscope.
Give us your cues. We'll give us our A's.
Oh, you got to be careful with that.
They want to know if they can pop the zit on my forehead. I didn't know I had one.
Is it?
My skin looks pretty clear, if not sweaty.
Oh, ashy.
Oh, come on. It's not good for my complexion. Poland or Portugal?
Poland or Portugal? What do you think, Spencer? You had to pick between the two.
Poland.
Over Portugal. Ronaldo's crying.
My great-grandparents from Poland.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What part?
That I don't know.
So we say Warsaw. Everybody else to say, oh, that's great.
Okay, cool.
Big city, cool.
Yeah. Bright lights, big city.
You want to know crack or hookers?
That's a tough one, you know?
I'm gonna go hookers.
I'm going to hooker it, so I guess.
You know what? I'm going to go crack. Smoking that pipe.
Okay. What is Spencer, crack or hookers?
Crack or hookers?
Hookers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
I'm
agree.
Three of us with hookers, one guy with crack.
I'm going to
Hookers
smoke that.
wins.
Smoke that pipe. El Paso loves us.
I want to go to El Paso.
I like either or question.
Yeah, let's play either or.
Either or. Either or. Either or.
Neither.
Ritz or saltines?
What?
Ritz, crackers, or
salt?
saltines?
I'm going to shock the world and say Ritz here, too.
I think Ritz, for me, they're
Yeah.
so buttery.
Saltines.
Of course, you're a contrarian.
No, it's good for the tummy. You know, it's good for your stomach.
Oh, yeah, when you have a little sickness.
Hookers
Yeah.
and Ritz.
Hookers and Ritz. Hookers and Ritz. Trump or ISIS?
I'm going to pick ISIS because they are going to do less damage.
Lobster or crab?
Oh, lobster, baby.
Lobster.
Oh,
I'm lobster, too. The rest of my family, crab people.
This is a very difficult. I'm gonna go crab.
I go king crab.
It wasn't
It's
either
blue
or.
crab or lobster.
Oh, then lobster.
I'm the odd man out.
Yeah.
Liberty or death?
Give me death.
Liberty.
Death. Let's just end this thing. Ziti or penne? That's fucking a good one.
That's actually a really good question.
I mean, the problem is that's a seasonal question. We're in penny time.
Yeah.
But during the winter, I definitely would choose ziti.
I'm gonna go penne, please.
Penne. Ziti, Spencer?
I'll go penne.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Okay, first
Penny crew.
unanimous.
Penny crew.
White or red?
Because I'm in the KKK, I have to choose white. I don't want to.
Kids at weddings. Invite them or not?
Invite.
Invite. It's dull if you don't have
I
kids at
agree.
weddings.
No, don't invite them.
Spencer, kids at weddings.
Yeah.
You like kids at weddings?
I don't mind. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Toilets or porta potties?
Oh my God.
This is going to seem nuts, but I'm 100% toilet.
Toilets.
That's weird.
Porta potties.
I saw a thing where a guy went into a porta potty and 3 drunks pushed it over.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My worst porta potty story is I went to a music festival and I wore a romper and I didn't realize, I wasn't thinking, and then I had to go to the bathroom, close the porta potty door, and realized I was going to have to be fully naked in a porta potty.
Oh.
You're disgusting.
Like fully naked.
God.
All the way, 100%. And I was like, this is my worst nightmare.
And kids, that's why you don't take mescaline.
When I would go to festivals, I would just eat a bunch of Imodium and just stop myself up so I wouldn't have to go to the...
Everybody else is doing... That's the drug that you took?
Well, that on top of everything else.
He actually had to correct you.
Ron, actually...
Joke. You just corrected a joke.
Ron actually was also eating illegal drugs.
I didn't say this, but no. I always wonder that when I see those big festivals in like London and like they have those, and I'm like, where is everyone going to the bathroom?
They piss on the ground or in a thing. They're disgusting.
Wait, they piss right there where they're standing?
You can't get out. You cannot get out. That whole place smells like piss.
Biker gangs or Latin kings?
What is it?
Bikers or Latin kings?
I'm going to go pro Trump here and say biker gangs.
I'm gonna go Latin Kings for the style point.
Bikers.
They do have better style points. Fucking bikers have the style of metal. You know, that's it.
More either ors.
Either or.
Either or.
Either or.
We're on Periscope right now. It's the Bennington Show live in the plaza. Oddly, this is the Daily Plaza. I don't know how we got out here. Apparently, we stepped through some kind of portal. But hanging out just for the first break outside. Norman Lear tickets are available for an unmasked.
Go to the ibang.com for a chance to win free tickets.
That's happening Monday, July 11th at 3:30 p.m. at the Sirius XM studios. Chipotle or Five Guys?
Five Guys.
Five Guys. I love a burrito, people. LSD or mushrooms?
Oh.
The thing about LSD is at least it wasn't raised in shit.
I'm gonna go mushrooms because it's natural.
Mushrooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural.
Give me the Sid.
El Cid.
Eat a cheeseless burger or a cheeseless pizza?
Man, they both sound disgusting.
I really wouldn't prefer any of that. I actually might say cheeseless pizza.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
cheeseless.
no.
No? Can't do it?
I wouldn't say anything.
You can
have
just eat
to.
a hamburger like Wimpy?
Alright.
Hamburger sandwich?
Pork or beef ribs?
I gotta go pork.
Pork ribs for me.
Pork. Pearl Jam or Nirvana?
Nirvana.
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 At least none of them were born in San Diego.
Maroon 5 or Coldplay?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Love them both so
They're both great.
much. Yeah. Both ease me out. What? Are we off?
You alright?
No, fine.
Okay.
How's the sound quality?
The sound quality's good.
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying or you?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Okay.
Great.
Sorry, my phone was fine.
I'm gonna go Coldplay.
Coldplay.
Everyone knows I love Coldplay. It's Coldplay.
And it was like, especially when I saw that kid crying at Coldplay. And I was like,
Oh
that made me
yeah, he
love
didn't know
them.
what show he was going to, and then
Yeah, and
he
he
just
was
started
so
sobbing.
happy. And
He
his
was
dad
like, "Oh
was
no, how did I end up here?"
No.
Inhale or exhale?
Exhale.
Exhale.
I'm an inhale
I
guy.
hardly
oxygen.
ever want to inhale.
I need the oxygen.
I exhale even underwater.
Noel Gallagher or Liam Gallagher?
Chris, I'm gonna let you go first.
Liam.
My instinct was no.
Noel's the writer, right? Noel.
Yeah.
Liam's more of the loose cannon.
Yeah. He punches his brother too much.
Too punchy.
You know what? Violence solves nothing.
Thank you.
wow.
That's so true, Spencer.
Well, sometimes it's good if you're bullying people.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
people both
Or like
both
if
of them
Chris-
would get in trouble.
if
I mean,
Chris
it's
does
good
something
to stand
wrong.
up for yourself,
What?
but
Yes.
usually violence would solve nothing.
I don't like how much violence is in the world.
It's heartbreaking. right?
Would you wish there was more or less violence in the world?
Less.
More?
He's the worst.
Where's the answer?
Odd man out for more violence.
Why?
Look at this big radio star walking by us.
Whoa! Surely.
Hey guys, I just gotta tell you, I just stopped by, tell you love the show, love what you guys do. I gotta go. I'll see you boys later. All right.
know whether he was swinging at a low pitch. I've asked Julie if one day he would be on Comedy 101. And he says, yeah, I love to destroy dreams.
Ravens or Steelers?
Ravens.
I can't go for a city who stole the team. So Pittsburgh Steelers, who I also hate.
I would say Steelers, I guess.
Yeah. Ben Roethlisberger.
Steel curtain. 70s heart or 80s heart?
Heart?
Heart, the band, yeah.
I didn't even know that there was a decision to make.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm straight dog and butterfly, Barracuda, 70s heart.
Yeah, I think 70s is gotta go 70s.
Yeah.
Ping pong or pool? The game pool.
Cool.
Pool.
I'm gonna go ping pong.
Of course you are. Ping pong's a girl's sport.
NWA Wrestling or NWA the rap group?
It's a really tough decision, but I'm going to have to go wrestling. New World Order. Because I don't like I can say New World Order, but I can't say the other one.
Exactly.
Ends with attitude for me. Bra or no bra?
No.
For Chris?
Bra.
Yes, bra.
I say Aaron go bra.
Glenn Fry or Don Henley?
This one isn't tough for me. I'm straight Don Henley. I like the way he stayed alive.
Don Henley.
Glenn Fry. The Who or Led Zeppelin?
Who?
The Who.
What about you, Spencer? Who or Zeppelin?
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin.
Oh, shit.
Good one.
He loves Zeppelin.
He does.
iPhone or Mac?
We're just about done with this. It's too stupid.
One's done.
MySpace or Friendster?
MySpace.
MySpace.
I didn't make one friend on Friendster.
Friendster.
It
I had a
should be called
Friendster
no
account.
Friendster. Nobody on Friendster would even talk to me.
It's
Aww.
ridiculous.
I know. Thought it was the point of it.
That's bullying. That's cyberbullying.
Yeah, it's the worst kind.
Awful.
Cyberbullying or cyber sex?
Cyber sex.
Yeah, but we're saying that you were invited to do it.
Oh.
Why don't we head upstairs, guys?
All right. We're heading upstairs. We'll see you live on Sirius in just a moment.
It's the Bennington Show. Live on a Thursday. Double shot of Bennington tomorrow. Early morning, Opie Radio. And then midday on Raw Dog.
I love a double shot day.
They're the funnest.
They're so much fun.
It's fun because we get an expense breakfast. I remember one time David Beckham said he was doing a long photo shoot, and it was like on I forget, Entertainment Tonight or whatever, where it was 5-second interviews, and he's like, I like doing it because we always get a little McDonald's. And that was it.
It's like,
that was
how rich are you? And then you're just like, a little McDonald's treat.
We got a chance to have a little McDonald's. So, I don't mind everyone taking pictures of me with my shirt off. I don't know why I had David Beckham like he was in the Beatles. It's my only English voice. Chris, are you or are you not the executive producer of this show?
I am.
Do you feel like it was your decision that while we were periscoping, Vito was Snapchatting?
Why would you Snapchat while we're periscoping?
Wait a minute. Why do I know it and you don't if you're the executive producer?
I don't
This
know.
would be like the president calling his chief of staff saying, hey, did we invade Poland? I don't know. Why would we do that?
I thought you were going to brief me.
Shit.
What? Now, play some of these stupid snaps for us. And you can see how it's distracting for people who have Snap and Periscope. Yeah, put it on nice and...
Exhale. How many inhale?
I like to exhale also.
And he's jumping into the show.
You're fucking crazy. I don't know. I just I had to come upstairs to take care of stuff up here, but I still wanted to be a part of the conversation.
You're going rogue, Vito. You're a rogue warrior right now, and we need you to be a nice soldier.
I just wanted to still, I don't know, you guys were having so much fun down there, and I just didn't want to
One social media platform at a time.
You know what it was? It was Spencer Burger's day, and you don't like that.
Nah, you know what? I got a little jealous of the Burger Man.
Maybe Burger should be running our stuff. He was just telling me that his sister runs social media for a well-known latest talk show.
Yeah. So
Maybe he should be my social media guy.
social media is in his blood.
Burger snaps.
Actually, sounds pretty good.
Sounds delicious.
They're smaller than a slider. They're just little burger snaps.
Are they almost like a burger flavored potato chip?
Yeah, okay. If that's what you need it to be, that's what we'll go with it. It's a burger flavored potato chip. Love it or shove it says he did in fact see a bird almost hit Gail. We were looking at the periscope and never saw it.
Dude, the bird not only it brushed my hair with his wing.
It went in between the two of us.
Yeah.
It was pretty swift.
And it hit my head, I'm telling you.
Anybody can go back and check periscope. GoPack is now calling it the Zabruder scope. You'll be able to tell. I don't believe it to be.
There was never a bird, Gail.
You're insane. Why would Vito say?
I'm the most sane person here.
No, you'll never win that. No matter. You could be in a fucking loony bin.
If we're ranking crazy, you're top billing for sure.
Tracy
sure.
from Alabama is taking a mental health day today.
Oh, nice.
I like the idea of acting like you're skipping something and it's good.
I need this for me.
This is better for everyone if I'm not there. Trust me.
Banana Peel says she will never leave us. We are still enjoying her basket.
Oh my God. It's delicious. There were so many good things in there. All the jams. So many jams.
Good.
Yeah. Nice little peach jam, like jams that you can't find.
I know.
A pear jam?
A pear butter.
I was enjoying the Allman Brothers jam. All right, so some people are saying they believe you because a bird once pecked their head 3 times and no one believes them. All the lunatics are coming out now.
All the crazies have bird stories.
Join me. If you've ever been brushed by a bird, pecked.
I didn't know that this turned into a movement. And
Let us stand together.
It was also a movement from the Middle Ages during a war. Oh, man, I miss my nice icy water like I normally get on a nice day.
You love delicious water.
Those days seem to be over, though.
You guys know, come on.
You're still drinking the green sludge, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You hate it?
Ew.
It's good. It's the breakfast of champions.
What's all in here?
So there's kale, banana, pineapple, and I think mango.
You're not going to believe this. It's delicious. It's like a little fruit thing.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that it was going to taste like seaweed.
No.
Why is it green, Gail?
The kale, yeah. Kale makes it green.
What's going on?
What's happening, Vito?
Snap Gail's. We're talking about Gail's drink, so I wanted to snap her drinking it.
What? Well, you're rogue. Why are you snapping everything?
He's addicted to snaps.
I know, but you... All right, go ahead. Do a snap with the green, like enjoying some healthy green.
It's nonstop snapping now.
You like it?
It's delicious.
She likes it.
You guys don't even try to put a snap thing
That's
together.
the snap?
You like it? It's delicious. This is the exact opposite of creativity.
I hate Snapchat.
I hate Periscope.
You hate it because it derailed your beloved.
Yeah.
No, he was derailed before that. He was the top of the world and he just stopped.
What happened?
Eric Houston, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, buddies?
Good, man.
I just want to join the movement. Wings out. A bird pooped in my arm one time. It was awful.
They say good luck. You just had some good luck, my friend.
Yeah, they say that to alleviate the feeling of having to wipe off bird shit.
I don't think you could be a human being and a bird hasn't pooped on you. You've never spent any time outside if a bird has never pooped on you before.
And it's good luck, they say. I mean, I know in the Italian culture.
Italians also say it's good luck when a human poops on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are disgusting.
And they just tell you it's good luck.
They're into poop play. Hey, Vito, gonna give you some good luck, huh? Some good luck. Hey, by the way, if you listen tomorrow to the town hall, with Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll Staff, you will hear Vito's mom ask a question, and her question was, "Hey, Dennis Leary, how you like my boy Vito? He's doing good,
He's
right?
doing pretty good, huh?
Hey, he's doing good.
He's a good boy.
Hey, look at Vito."
She got home. She was like, "How did I do on that question?"
First of all, she did wonderful, and they all loved her. But second, and more importantly, she's like, "Vito never told me that he did the stand-up."
Come on.
You didn't tell her?
No, I didn't want to, one, go through having to show it to her, and two, I was just I didn't want her to be there that night.
You didn't want her to show up?
No, because one, I didn't know if she'd heckle me or not. And
But that, first of all, you got to tell your mom so your mom can come. But this is the sweetest thing yesterday. So Dennis Leary brings in his whole cast, Robert Kelly, everybody. They do songs and they do an interview as a cast. It's doing great on FX. I've been reading things that this is the only one of the rock and roll shows that is getting any kind of critical love. And the young girl who is kind of the focal point of the show, her name is Liz Gilly. Unbelievable singer, beautiful girl, but really young, like early 20s. The cutest thing was her mom was there watching. And when she's done singing, her mom runs in the back and is like, "You did so good. That's great." And it was like, holy shit, I forgot how young this girl was. You know what I mean?
And she is phenomenally talented. I was blown away.
She does impressions during this town hall. We end with it.
Yeah.
And it is phenomenal.
There's one in particular that blew me away that she did. Blew me away.
Yeah. It's a really pretty cast.
Yes. They're very attractive. They have the rock star look down.
Yeah, they're like little rock stars. It was great fun hanging out with them, having them perform. And Robert Kelly, as always, just he steals the show. He's so damn funny.
I know, people were just rolling.
I was one of the people rolling. Then I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. I'm hosting a show. And he really derailed it. It was during one of the questions that he went into one of his funny rants. All right, I got a correction here. Rich Voss is going to be working Gotham all weekend long. And we were saying Gail's friend who did this documentary he did Opie's show today, and he texted her excitedly that Rich Voss was in the studio.
Yeah.
And he got to meet Rich Voss.
That's awesome.
I didn't know Rich Voss was going to be there.
That's the funniest of all, right?
Hey, Black Ted tweeted to us that Tom Sharpling was in the Periscope feed, and he was saying hi to us, that we missed it.
Oh, shit.
Really, Chris?
I must not see
I
him.
feel
They were
terrible.
Scrolling.
Guess who's doing the Periscope feed next time?
Who?
Spencer Berger.
Congratulations, Spencer.
Spencer, you already dominated your one position today. Would you like to run the Periscope next time?
I think I might be able to. I think I still need some time to think about it, but I think I might give it a try.
You take your time, mull it over. We've got a long holiday weekend. I understand that you're not happy that we're all on vacation next week.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, just that. I mean, I don't really know what to say, but just sometimes, because I'm home for the pretty much most of the weekend, and I won't be doing pretty much anything though. But but I do at least get somewhat of a break. Yeah. So
why didn't you tell him that we had almost everybody in radio takes off this week because it's a very slow radio week.
Oh, everyone does. Okay.
Yeah, and almost everybody in the country takes off Christmas week, sometimes 2 weeks, and everybody takes off 4th of July because, like I said, slow radio week.
Not much doing.
People are at the beach, they're at the mountains, they're at the lakes, the rivers. Some people like to go out to the quarry that is flooded with water.
Wow.
Dive in there. My family, it was always the annual stick fight. We do different things. What did you always do on the 4th of July? Coney Island, Chris?
Went to the roof for watch fireworks.
Up on the roof.
On the roof of the store.
When this whole world starts fucking with me. So you went up on the roof. What about you, Gail?
We always did a not too far beach vacation because we were in
lived
Florida.
in Florida, yeah.
So we would go somewhere very close, drivable distance, and usually stay on the water.
Well, a lot of times in Florida, you'll drive to a beach 5 minutes from your house and rent a place. We would always do the Don Cesar.
Yeah.
Or we'd go the other way to the Vinoy.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a chance to, be away and have a 5-minute trip. 5 minutes.
And then you get a nice vacation without any of the travel.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Because that's the worst part. Unless you're a road trip guy, which I am. I enjoy a nice road trip. What about you, Vito? How did you spend 4th of July?
Usually just finding a barbecue, maybe in Rockaway, something like that.
Far Rockaway or near Rockaway?
The regular Rockaways.
I don't see you and your mom going all the way out to Far Rockaway for a barbecue.
We do separate July 4th.
But what about when you were a kid?
Oh, when I was a kid, we would usually go to my stepdad's place in Astoria, or we would go to, my family used to have a place in the Jersey Shore.
Look who's on the phone here. It's Brian Snipe. Brian.
Is it Ron?
Yeah, what's up, Brian?
Man, Ron back in Florida, that was the dude, man. Hey.
Yeah.
Man, what's up, dude? I'm supposed to do this whole press tour. I told him just get me on Ron Bennington, man. We're going to be straight 18 in the house, man. What's up, dude? Gail, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
She a baby I saw her run.
Yeah. Brian, what's this press tour all about?
Well, I'm working with Under Armour, and, because I'm the recruit. They calling it the recruit line.
Yeah.
Because number 18, Brian Snipes, your friend with the SEC, Alabama.
Yeah.
Play corner. And Under Armour, it's the first time anybody ever committed and got through the NCAA rule and was able to promote a product, man. If you can't go out NCAA, promote, be like, hey, I'm from Pepsi or whatever. You got to go by the rules, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened, but they found some loophole or some shit, man. I'm out there doing it, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about Under Armour. Get your Under Armour on.
All right, so you're promoting Under Armour. Why do you like Under Armour so much, Brian Snipe?
Man, because of you. Because of you, man. They just stepped up, said, we'll give y'all your check. Fuck it, man. But I mean, shit, I wear Ruse sneakers on these. Nigga, I wear LA gear. I don't give a fuck. But once I tried, I don't know. This shit feel good, like it's tight.
Yeah.
When you backpedaling, running, it's hot as fuck down there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I can curse, right, though?
Yeah, it's fine here, yeah.
That's right, Ron Bennington, man. Number 18, I respect you, dude.
Yeah.
So, but once you get the Under Armour on you and you start running around doing them routes and shit, you go, oh, okay, yeah, this feel good. All right, yeah, I'm bet. All right, I'm with it. Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Because, look, you ain't going to do this. You can take a hand out from a booster or something. Then they're going to boost your ass out the goddamn school.
Right.
You got a black mark on you. I'm blacking up as it is, man.
Now,
I'm excited, man.
Brian, I know you're excited. How many years do you have left there at Alabama? How long are you going to be playing?
Well, I just got in. I just had to retake my SATs.
Yeah.
Coach Saban came to my house and recruit me. And they said I was the only corner ever could come out of high school and go right to the NFL. You know that, Ron?
Yeah. I mean, you
your
could...
guy,
yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Your guy at Temple,
yeah.
He recruited me. And your friend, remember Tom Herman from, I think now he's at Houston now.
Yeah.
But he came to the house. But these fools, they like floating around in high school. So Sports Illustrated, they're going to do a story on me about coming out of high school right to the NFL. But they say something like, your body ain't ready. You got to be a man. It's like this ain't because I'm black. I can't go in there. You want me to make no money. You got to make sure I act right before you let me in. You know what I mean?
Sure. What is your major, Brian? What are you studying there in Alabama?
Man, I love civil engineering, man. I love
That's
civics.
a shocker. I didn't see that
no,
coming.
it ain't, man. I love engineering. I love civil. But honestly, though, I love civics, man.
Yeah.
I like the way a city runs. Hey, like Chicago and New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. So when Nick Saban come up a dirt road to come talk to me, that nigga got khaki pants on, man.
Yeah.
He came to the house just like on TV. Khaki pants, had a fucking Wolverine hand, this motherfucker, right? My grandmama off from Sweet Tea. He's like, I'm all right. I said, don't turn out on motherfucking Sweet Tea from grandma, But the thing I love, man, about civics, you find out how the whole fucking town operates, man.
Yeah.
Like, you go to the bank, that's federal, bro. Like, I'm in Montgomery, man. It's a little bitty town. They got, double A baseball.
Yeah.
Here, Oh, yeah. Hold on, man. I got it. $2, man.
This is Brian Snipe from Alabama.
They got the Montgomery biscuit.
Sleep.
But there ain't shit to do, but you don't realize, man, this little ass town, you go to, like, the post office, library, like, that's federal, bruh.
That's federal. Right.
That's Barack Obama run that shit, like, not directly, right? Like,
Right, not directly.
Right. But, like, all them playgrounds, like, how that shit get put up, you gotta go through a system. Like, L.A., Chicago, New York, Houston just spread out as fuck.
Yeah.
So, but every city, the civics is different, man.
And see, this is why I promote higher education. He's learning these things. Brian Snipe, number 18, somehow...
18. 1 minus 8 is -7. Nigga, I'll take it to the house. That's it.
That's right. That's true. I didn't even think that way. But this young gentleman is about to light the SEC
Alabama
on fire.
Crimson Tide. We're going to repeat. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. Under Armour, Roll Tide, get your gear, man. Get your gear.
All right,
Get your hair right. Listen to Ron Bennington, man.
all right, thank you so much, Brian Snipe. Best of luck
Bro,
to you
I
this
love
year.
you, man. Hey, bro. Hey, Gail.
Yeah.
I saw your Instagram, man. Man, I call a girl, man. I'm almost messed up in my head. I'm all excited,
That's
man.
okay.
Under Armour. Your Instagram is real good, man. Real good, mama.
Oh,
And,
thank you.
Hey, this dude with the Snapchat. Come on, man. That's for girl, man. You can't Snapchat with Ron Bennington on them thing, man.
All right, thank you, Brian Snipe. Take care, my friend. This kid is heading places.
Yeah, I mean,
he is heading places.
Shut down
good.
corner.
By the way, I got as this was happening, Mr. Black Ted said, not for nothing, but you guys announced I won a signed T-shirt last week, and no one reached out to me about that. That's supposed to be your gig, Vito.
I reached out to the prize winner last week about the signed T-shirt.
Well, this is the guy, Mr. Black Ted. He said he never heard from you.
Make
Did you
it right.
hear back from him?
Yeah, I reached out to the winner that we announced last week.
Well, check with Mr. Black Ted. Brian, maybe we're getting something done by Brian Snipe.
That'd be great.
Only Ryan Beck picked up on Brian Snipe. Everyone else is like very confused. He won the Twitter contest last week. Mr. Black's Ted. I forget what we did the Twitter thing for. Not only are you ignoring everybody, it's Hard Rock Johnny's birthday. He was in the feed, and he was ignored. This is why we are making a move. A guy that I can trust, Spencer Berger.
I think it's a good move. And also, happy birthday, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny.
Johnny, happy birthday.
Never in a million years would we let Chris get away with this stunt of his.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
See if we can get some of that Under Armour from Brian Snipe.
I mean, he was really selling me on that.
It's a great brand.
So it feels comfortable once you start running around.
Yeah.
You know? And I got at civics lessons. I didn't know that a lot of that shit was federal.
Yeah.
You know, it was run by Obama.
Not him directly.
All right, I'm looking at CNN. Coalition airstrikes hit 175 ISIS vehicles, and they're just watching these cars blow up one after another.
Jesus.
That's really intense.
I don't think I would be in a parade of vehicles if I was in ISIS.
It's a fucking caravan.
And I definitely wouldn't put my bag in the trunk. I'd let it go separately.
Wow, that was insane. They were just like watching that on like night vision or
night fever.
I didn't know that was the technical term.
Yeah, in the military. It's Operation Night Fever.
Jersey Shore Bob says, it's good to hear that Rudy from Fat Albert is still alive and kicking. It would be good, but I don't know if that is true. Just having ourselves a summer. Just a summer.
I feel the summer's begun.
Well, you know, we got that call from Brian Snipe, but if you look up on the iBang, there's this catfish noodling video that, I mean, these come out every year, but this young lady sticks her entire arm in this giant fucking catfish, and I can't imagine the feeling. I never even like grabbing a catfish and pulling the hook out of it because that freaky skin that they have.
Yeah, they have very weird.
I've never touched
Sliminess.
one. It's really that slimy and nasty.
It's very slimy. It's like it's covered in moss or something because you just slip down it. There's not a single scale on a catfish.
Ew. Oh, that's fucking creepy.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. Oh, I had no idea.
But when you see the size of this catfish, there's no way that doesn't. It's hard to imagine that doesn't hurt because it looks like it would be pretty powerful. The way they're like gumming your arm.
Ugh. So it's noodling, right?
Yeah, noodling is what they call it.
And it's using your arm like it was bait. Just putting your arm out there. The catfish is like, oh, good, a dead arm. Starts to bite on it. And then you're able to lift the catfish out of the muddy, looks like drainage water, and bring it up and enjoy a catfish dinner for the rest of the summer. Because there's got to be 100 pounds of catfish there.
Oh, there has to be. It's crazy looking.
You can't get it today, Chris?
That video, they said it was taken down.
Okay. We got to, the stuff that's on this list, let's check it in the morning. What do you want to talk about, Chris Stanley? What's on your mind?
Oh, did you see this creepy video of Justin Trudeau, the Canadian dude, the Prime Minister? He has a
dude. Now he's Prime Minister.
He's this incredibly awkward three-way handshake that he had to do.
Weren't they just trying to be funny with it?
I think he found himself in the middle of some just weird interaction. It's him, it's Obama, and it's the president of Mexico.
Yes, the North American people were meeting, and
oh God,
it's a very cringy moment.
I don't find it that cringy.
The president of Mexico right there, his left hand where he tries to put it out to shake left-handed. It's horrifying.
I don't understand why you'd be horrified with that.
Bad handshakes make me very uncomfortable, and I once left a party because I gave a bad handshake, and I was just like, the night's ruined. I got to get out of here. It was very uncomfortable. Like, there's nothing worse than that feeling when you just, like, it lands completely wrong. I hate it.
It's nasty.
It's not that big a deal for me. Coming in, and is it just a couple minutes?
Just, in about 10 minutes.
We expect the world-famous Wheels to stop by. You know Wheels from the TV show Dice. He opens for Dice a lot around the country. And where's he playing this weekend?
He's performing at the Stress Factory in New Jersey tonight, June 30th through Saturday, July 3rd. Go to stressfactory.com for tickets.
Here's Dalton. Dalton, what's up?
Nothing. Hey, I was going to tell you, we have the World Championships of Noodling in Oklahoma.
Now, does everybody have to go into the same place to noodle?
Yeah, everybody goes into, I think it's the same lake, but it's like that scene out of Flash Gordon where you stick your arm in the tree not knowing if you're going to get bit or not. It's insane. It's completely insane the way these people do it. But they pull out these giant catfish. Some of them wear like chainmail. I mean, it's Oklahoma, so it's insane anyway.
And they don't put anything on their arm. There's no kind of bait that goes with this. The arm itself is the bait.
No, just you're fisting a catfish. It's just it's horrible. It's the craziest thing. But the guys that place second are actually some guys that I know, and they're pretty wealthy guys, which is the funniest thing about it. So it's a wild deal. Everybody gets into this stuff.
All right, thanks. Peace.
So they do that in Oklahoma, Alabama. Where else do they have these massive catfish?
They're in the South. And catfish, like carp, will get, as big as the food supply and, water allows them to be. So there's nothing different about those catfish and a little catfish. It's just, and this is what happens like with a goldfish, will just become a giant carp if it has enough room. And you could even take like your little goldfish jar, move it into an aquarium, and then it'll get as large to match that. It's basically the craziest things I've ever seen. Hey, Kyle, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, so I call the show. I'm a big fan of your show. And I listened to a long time ago when you guys had Tito Beverage on.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of inspired me to start my own little production company out here in California, and I did. And now I'm doing events for Tito's.
No, get out of here. What are you doing? How did that work out?
I work for a couple of different like magazines and event spaces out here, and Tito's was one of the vendors, and they came up and started talking to me, and I told them, I said, hey, I'm a huge fan of the Bennington Show. I listened to the interview with Tito Beveridge, and I knew all the facts. You know, I knew all about how they distill it and 19 credit cards, and they thought that was a kick, and then they told me about doing an event for them, and so I'm doing like 3 or 4 of them this summer for them.
That's fantastic, Kyle. I love
That
it.
is so great.
Isn't that cool? Like, yeah, I just wanted to say thanks. Like, I got the email yesterday that they liked me and want to use me for more stuff, and they're a great company, and you guys do a great job with them, so...
When we eventually move the show to L.A., we're going to do the same stuff with you, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got L.A. wired.
Yeah.
Dude, let's do it. I got the perfect spot for you guys.
I love it. All right, buddy. Talk to you soon.
You guys are the best. Keep it up. Gail,
Peace.
You're my hero.
Oh, what is...
That's nice.
This dude's living like Tito. I love it.
You know who my hero is?
Who's that?
Troops.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you're wearing that yellow ribbon?
That is for a certain gentleman that went off to jail who is going to be surprised to see that I put him around every darn tree in town. And the whole damn bus will be cheering. And they can't believe they see 100 yellow ribbons. People don't realize that was like a jail song. And then they turned it into the hostage song. And now they start to do it for troops. But it started off like a dude who was in jail coming home on a bus.
I had no idea that's the origin.
People do not know their American history.
Or herstory.
Oh, I like that. That's when it's about a woman.
Yeah.
Black Ted feels sorry that he called you out. He's sure that you work hard. He would never call you out in public. It's just that you have disregarded him.
I already reached out to him. I figured out the issue. It was shipped to it. The people delivered it to the wrong address. We'll have a new one out for him going out today.
The people delivered it to the wrong address, not that we put the wrong address on it. The people.
It's UPS.
That's the UPS.
The people did it. Yeah, the people did it. I'm having trouble right now with the people. They're not helping.
Hey, blame the people, all right?
I say power to the people. I got that from John Lennon.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I also got Give Peace a Chance from him. I got plenty from that gentleman.
All he did was give.
It is the Bennington Show on a Thursday. Double shot tomorrow. We are recording our live double album mornings on Opie Radio, afternoons here on Raw Diggity.
And in between that time, perhaps a breakfast.
A breakfast scope. You used to do Smoking with Chris, and the energy of that is kind of lost.
Well, last week it was just sitting on a nice day with Chris. Before that, it was eating bananas with Chris, and before that, eating candy. I'm sure trying to find something I can do with myself.
You got to find a brand for yourself.
I know.
I think you need a hobby. Like, I think that you should learn, like a new, like knitting with Chris.
Knitting? Oh my God.
Whittling. This right here, this meme that's going around, remembering Alex Kittner, taken from us this day, June 29th, 1975. It's hard to believe. Alex would have been 50 this year.
Oh, that's a shame.
Had he lived. Well, it's Johnny's birthday. Johnny is 59 today. Very strong 59.
Wow, he looks great.
He's doing really well.
All right, remember and I want to get this out to our friends that did the show the other day. Netflix subscribers will be able to watch Defending Your Life, Lost in America, Modern Romance, Mother, The Muse, Real Life, and Looking for Comedy in a Muslim World. That's the 7 films of that Albert Brooks wrote and directed. Who was asking us about that?
Yeah, we were just talking. Was it Emma?
And
yeah.
Kendra.
Oh yeah, Emma has never. She's I just found out that Albert directed his own movies when he was younger.
Yeah. Man, I am so excited. When does this start on Netflix? This
I
weekend?
guess in July for all the Netflix subscriber. I don't know if they have ever done that before. It'll be tomorrow, July 1st. This looks like the first time, but I guess the story's going up on the iBang, but all 7 films written and directed by Albert Brooks are released on Netflix at the same time.
I'm going to have a summer of Brooks.
It's going to be a Brooks summer.
What's your favorite on that list?
Oh, boy, it's a tough one. I'm going to probably... Modern Romance. I can't fuck around. That's the favorite. But I love Real Life, too. Real Life Ends kind of weird. How about for you?
I think Lost in America, but Modern Romance would be like a...
Defending Your Life is 25 years old.
Wow. That's a great movie, man.
It's so good.
Well, it's unbelievable to have the best actress in the known universe in your movie and still make most of the film about you and not her.
Well, she was so sweet and charming. Like, she was so easy to fall in love with in that movie.
Are we breaking, Chris?
Yeah, we should single.
We're going to break. We'll come back with Wheels. He's performing at the Stress Factory in New Jersey tonight, July 1st through Saturday, July 3rd. We'll come back with Under My Wheels in honor of Wheels on the Bennington Show. Under My Wheels! And Wheels is in studio with us. How are you, buddy?
Hey, how are you, man?
What a pleasure to have you stop by.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, this is fantastic. I love the show.
Wheels is playing the Stress Factory tonight through the 3rd, stressfactory.com for tickets. And you got fresh off the plane, right?
I literally have my suitcase here with me.
That's great.
I'm still here.
Where are you in from?
Vegas.
Vegas?
Yep, Vegas.
So you guys are based in Vegas?
I live in Vegas now.
Yeah.
25 years in L.A., then Vegas, and that's where I am at. Dice is at the Trop tonight in Vegas.
Dice, how has his life changed since this TV show?
Oh, it's been insane.
Yeah.
It's like wherever we go now, like when I'm on the road with him, it's becoming like it was, like just you can't walk anywhere and people are just all over him. It's like insanity.
Well, the thing about Dice is he's one of the most recognizable people in the world. And then there are certain people like Mike Tyson is another one who is like glad to meet everybody.
Right.
That's how Dice is.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So when I'm in the hall with him, people come up and is like Dice, and then he just totally focuses on them. They're in the middle of some strange comedy prank show that's in his mind.
And he's bigger than life.
Yeah.
And he dresses like that. Everything on him is heavy dress sweatshirts and you know, big socks and everything.
And he just has this fantastic energy about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. My best friend. We're best friends.
You guys met where, in L.A.?
Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn?
In 1989.
Wow.
We've been together since 1989. I've been opening for him since 90.
Now, I have heard from Jim Florentine and different comics that Dice will make them do certain things.
Right.
When they go out. But when I brought it up to him in Unmasked, he's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? But Shuley has stories. Don Jameson has stories. Everybody.
Yeah.
Has he done that to you?
Well, over the years, I kind of fit in now and do my own thing. But you know, years ago, I remember like he would tell me I used to wear a bathrobe on stage back in the early days, and I was about 100 pounds heavier, and I'd go on stage. So one night we was a really bad crowd in Indianapolis, and he goes, "Wheels, you know what? Take the robe off. Go out there just with shorts." Now here I am, this big fat guy. Insecure, eating potato chips, and he tells me, just keep on spitting at the crowd. For 20 minutes, all I did was spit at the crowd, potato chips the whole night, and I'm getting booed, and then you can see knives coming out. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So that was one of the crazier things.
But Dice loves that.
That's his entertainment.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which is the funniest thing to me. Go out and do this thing. And that's why the TV show is so funny to me, because you just see him interacting on the TV show, and it looks like it makes his day go nice, but it's like candid camera without the cameras.
Right. And even though the show is scripted, in the real world of Dice, that could have happened. Like that probably would have happened. So it's scripted very well.
Yeah.
To where it would have happened.
Because he thinks it's funny to ask for a deal.
Right, because we're all fourth graders. You know, that's how it is with him. But he's the greatest.
Wheels is here now. He is headlining the Stress Factory this weekend, which is always a fun club.
I love that club. Vinnie Brandt's excellent club. One of my favorites.
It's perfect for New York guys, Northeast guys.
Yes.
A lot of people come from different places in the country, and they're like, what the hell is going on?
I mean,
here?
I've been playing there, but I'm coming in from Vegas just to play there. I mean, it's a great club, big club.
But there are a lot of, that audience expects people like yourself,
right?
A Rich Voss, somebody that can get out there and mix it up.
And that's what we do. Because I started in Brooklyn at Pips Comedy Club in Brooklyn, so I started in the trenches,
Yeah.
And but I grew up in Florida. See, but everybody thinks I'm this New York boy, which I kind of am, but I really grew up in Central Florida, so I'm kind of a country boy.
Where
too.
in Central Florida?
I grew up in Inverness, Florida, Citrus County. Yeah.
Wow. No, there's nothing that seems Central Florida about you at all.
Not at all. And I grew up there, literally from little kid, up till past college.
When I got in the club business, I called up Pips and the owner. I'm trying to think of his name.
Well, we had George Schultz.
George Schultz is the guy I got a hold of because I read about his name in a David Brenner book.
Right.
He answers the phone, just gives me a ton of advice.
Yeah, he's the greatest guy.
He was the greatest guy. Yeah, and I just called him up. I said, look, I'm looking. And he's like, he's talking about, he goes, what? About how to get comedians? He's like, what? You don't have any comics down there? Just say that you want to get some comics. Look, I'm running at you like this. Yeah. And he was hilarious. I wish I would have taped the call because it was a piece of entertainment.
He really was. And his sons, Marty and Seth Schultz, ran the club for years.
That's amazing.
And now it's not there anymore.
Dice started there, too.
In 78.
Where was Pip?
On Emmons Avenue in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn.
Wow.
It was a kind of a place that... it was a unique club, again, where only certain people could get over because there was like wise guys in there. You wanted to be very careful doing crowd work in that room.
Very careful.
Yeah. Somebody might be waiting for you later. But the people that they liked, they loved, and got a lot of career started.
I remember one night at Pips, one guy heckled Otto and remember Otto and George?
Yeah, sure.
So Otto and George heckled somebody. Yeah, talked to somebody, and the guy heckles him back. He goes, "I'll send you and your puppet back home in a box." So that was the end of that.
I would love to see an Otto and George documentary on his life because his life was so. And I did an unmasked with him that was fascinating by the end of it because he was a street performer.
Yeah.
Right. So he would take that act out on the street. Met John Lennon that way. John and Yoko walked over while he was doing that bit. Yeah.
He was an amazing, Otto was fantastic. Legendary.
Unbelievable, right?
Really was. That part of comedy, see, that's where people, the culture of comedy really started, even though it started before the 80s, but I think the true comedy culture, stand-up, the way we see it now is the 80s comics. That era of comedy was so strong. The culture built comedy.
Right.
He was involved in that. A lot of guys.
Yeah, a lot of and his stuff went back. I don't think he ever worked a regular job. He, worked out this thing, and that was it. I mean, from like a kid on. And he was saying like he would make all this money, he'd just come and give it to his mom. He didn't do it for any reason. Other than just to go out and do it every day.
He just loved it. I remember he used to go to the El Greco Diner in Sheepshead Bay by himself. He would take his puppet with him, George, and they would sit at the booth and have a conversation all night. And he'd feed George French fries and French fries. And they would eat. And we'd walk in, me and Mulrooney, and we're like, what the hell's going on over here with Otto? His puppet's having a hamburger deluxe.
Yeah. Who were the guys you came up with, Wheels?
Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Chappelle. Then I moved out to L.A. in 89, so I was there with all the, everybody that back in the 80s I became friends with. It's a close-knit community, It
really is phenomenal.
Well, you had a club.
Yeah, I had a club, and, people would run through. But one thing I learned from that, you don't know whose career is going to really take off. Right. There's some people I could tell you they're the funniest people I ever saw in my life. Nobody would know their name. Other people that they would be okay, but either caught fire later or just fit a certain place the things were happening, and off they went.
You find your voice. I mean, I remember when Chris Rock, we'd hang out back in the day. Chris was not, and I love Chris, was not a very funny comic back in the early days. None of us really were. We all kind of bombed. But, I'd watch him. You never thought that one day he'd be explosive, in which he has become an amazing comedian. But all of us kind of finding our voice back then. It takes years to find that voice.
What do you think it was about Chris, though? What was the...
Well, when Eddie Murphy found him, I think gave him the confidence. And then I think, he just started getting into, the moment and started writing for the moment. He started getting some good breaks. When you're making some money in the business, you're not struggling anymore. You can kind of create better. When you're struggling, it's hard to create. When you can't figure out how you're going to get home that night, Long Island Railroad money, you're trying to figure out how you're going to scrounge that. So it's hard. When you start making a little money in this business, you can create better. And I think that's what happened.
I did that thing with the whole cast of Dennis Leary's show yesterday, right? And I was looking at Dennis and seeing, he carries himself with a different air because he had a 9-year run with a show, right? So he doesn't have that same kind of, let me grab the mic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't see that thing in him. It's a whole different thing of, hey, this person is funny and that. You see a comfortability in him.
Yeah,
I think, you're right.
Yeah.
I think you could see him doing something that he really loves to do.
Like this show?
I think that it's very apparent just hearing him speak about it and just the way he was treating the cast.
Right.
And I think that makes...
He was really cool to everybody,
Yeah, a lot of differences is when you're in a place of confidence, it kind of opens you up to be that kind of personality.
You had that thing of that acceptance. You're like, this is, I got accepted for what I set out to do.
And you're confident.
Yeah. But when you don't give that, a bitterness sets into a lot
That's
of people.
correct, and it happens. I think a lot of the comics of today, I don't want to touch, but I think that you get comfortable, I'm very comfortable with who I am. I know I'm going to go on stage. I'm going to kill the crowd. I don't question it anymore. You just know it. But a lot of people think they misinform. They think comedians are always on all the time, always sticky, always on, always got to be thinking. We're pretty much antisocial people who like to just chill out and listen, and react.
But I think is different too now. I think a lot of guys that used to go into comedy is because they were the funny guys in the neighborhood. They were street corner boys. Now you got guys, they watch the comedy on YouTube, they study it, and they go out and do it in a different way.
And they do a great 6 minutes. Now they want to headline a club, and they only got 6 minutes to do it. So now here we go, trying to pick up the slack from somebody who's got, top billing, And there's a few of those guys. They're all coming off these TV shows with a great 6 minutes, but that's all they got. That's it, You got to hammer them for an hour. That's it.
I saw Jimmy Schubert just did a special. I don't know if it's sold yet, but you see him swinging an axe for an hour.
Right.
It's just boom, boom, boom.
That's right.
And I'm watching it and I'm laughing going, I haven't seen this kind of special in a while. A lot of people come out there, they'll relax. Hey, what do you talk about? Oh, I'm having trouble with my girlfriend. They're just going through this thing. And you see Schubert, he's just...
That's right, because he comes from that genre of comedy, that era.
Yeah.
Well, and that's how you have to go out there and hammer them. You have to hammer them for an hour.
Do you think that there's any young guys who kind of fit into that same style? Is that any of the newer comedians doing that?
Yeah, I don't want to go through it and pick something up, but a lot of times I think it takes years of doing it.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with the new genre comedians.
Nobody out there?
I like a few people, but I wouldn't even say they're that new. But the new ones today, I love Amy Schumer, but she's not new. She's been around for a while. I am not impressed with the new style of comics. I got to be honest. I really do.
I got behind this Ali Wong, who I think is just terrific. She put out a special. You got to check it out. She's 7.5 months pregnant. She's just out there joke after joke after joke. But it's a very rare thing for me to be able to stick with an hour of anyone. That's asking a lot.
That's a lot of time.
An hour of one person talking. Yeah. They better come there with a bunch of material and a lot of energy.
They better surprise me every 5 seconds. I want to be smacked around, Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, without a doubt.
Here is Joe in Chicago. Wheels is on with us. He's at the Stress Factory all weekend.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, bud?
Hey.
Hey, I want to thank you for turning me on to Ali Wong, dude. We watched it yesterday, and I ain't seen my wife laugh that hard in I don't know how many years.
She's really, really funny. It's a very, very strong special. And again, we were just talking about a tough thing to do.
I'm going to have to check her out.
Yeah.
I really will.
She's on Netflix.
I will look at her, definitely.
When she's done with her routine, there's not an and or an She just stops, and it's just the most hilarious thing in the world.
Thanks, Joe. Peace. Yeah, it's really a tough thing to pull off that hour special, because a lot of times it doesn't play at home the way it does in the room. Anytime that you're watching comedy on TV, you're one generation back away from it.
Right.
You know,
you got to hope the cameraman can pick up those angles that you're looking for.
Right.
When you're addressing the crowd, you know, there's certain facial expressions that I'm going to do. I hope he picks that up. You know.
Yeah.
When I did the Blues Show on Showtime, which is airing now.
Yeah.
And you know, with Dice, and you know, you're out there, you're doing your thing, and all you're thinking to yourself is, I hope this guy picked that up. I hope he got that. I hope he got that. You know. So, and they do.
I saw that series too that he did there. I like that because it's bringing guys up one after another. You know, go up, do your hit, get off the stage. It's a lot better than saying you've never heard of this person before. Let's see if they got an hour in them.
Right.
You know, it's tough.
Yeah. And he brought some good people on that night.
Oh yeah, it was great. All right, it is the Bennington Show. We're doing a double shot tomorrow. We're in for Opie in the morning and then doing this show at middays. But Wheels is going to be performing at the Stress Factory in New Jersey tonight through Saturday, July 3rd. And, you know, when you go to Jersey, you grew up in Brooklyn? Or?
I grew up in Florida, but Long Island would be my home.
Long Island is,
where I'm from.
And all people from Long Island and Jersey, their people are from Brooklyn.
They're from Brooklyn. Everybody moved over.
Yeah.
Everybody in Brooklyn is from another country.
Yes, that's true. And the weird thing now is if you really want good pizza or even good bagels, you got to go to New Jersey or Long Island.
Right, that's true. Good bagels, especially in Long Island.
Yeah, they're amazing there. And the bagels in the city are these fluffy, weird things.
Yeah, they're just air-filled, you know.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
Kind of in between pita bread and a Kaiser roll. We don't really know what it is, you know.
It seems like the good food just kept moving outward. Like first it was
it goes with the people.
It was like Brooklyn and then
like Florida now has got
Queens
great pizza and stuff.
Is that right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of Brooklyn people move down.
Yeah, like you go to Boca Raton, it's like you feel like you're back in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just out there recently, and like I can't even believe it. I'm like, I feel like I'm back in Brooklyn.
There's always been I think it's a Wolfsteiner in South Florida, but it was like a real Jewish.
Yeah, I think Wolfies
maybe.
Like that, yeah.
Mitchell Walters is the guy who turned me on to
I
it.
love Mitchell.
Yeah.
You can't say Mitchell's name without laughing.
That's one of the, and I think he met Dice at Pips now that it's going
I believe so, or either at the Comedy Store in the early 70s.
Well, Dice told me, and Mitchell had never told me this story before, but Mitchell bothered Dice and his dad saying, look, Dice needs to be out west. He needs to be out. And told him a couple times till finally he made the trip.
Yeah.
And I'd never heard that story. So maybe that's why Mitchell was here on Earth, just to make that work. One of, seriously, the funniest people. People don't realize how many times that somebody has got a gig that they'll call Mitchell, get a half a dozen jokes. Also one of those guys who is incredible at, like, close-up magic. Like, there was a lot of guys that when they were kids, they were like kid magicians and then became stand-ups later.
Yeah, a lot of sleight of hand.
Yeah. Sleight of hand I love. I do not love making an elephant disappear, but a guy in front of you with the cards, I can watch that shit
I'm the same as you. I can go nuts with that. You show me how to make a coin go away, I'm like, how did I go nuts?
But make the Empire State Building, I'm like, that's
not impressed.
It's mirrors or something.
They did something with smoke on the back or something.
Yeah. That's what, who's the kid who figured that out? He's the close-up magic guy in New York.
David Blaine?
David Blaine
yeah.
is the first guy who, instead of being on the stage with a bunch of girls surrounding him, he was just walking down the street scaring black people with cards. And it was like the first time I saw it, he does a card trick and black people would turn around and run.
I know.
And I'm like, this is the greatest.
Yeah, because they get freaked out by the easiest thing, you know?
Well, they believe in black magic.
Right.
Yeah.
So they will say, I just saw the devil do something. Talk about entertainment value.
Yeah, they go home, going nuts when they get home. Their parents, you ain't going to believe it.
Well, Vito, you grew up in the West Side.
Yeah.
When it was it all Italian when you were a kid, or was it more when your mom was a kid?
No, well, actually, my grandpa came here from Italy. We're on the same 5-block radius where he grew up, and my whole neighborhood was super Italian. My uncles are still supers, like 5 blocks away. All the families are still like supers and stuff.
Well, when I went down to see your film, he did like a student film, and it was just like one film after another. So I'm sitting in there, and right before Vito's film starts, Italians were just coming in, everything. And then we're in the dark and it's somebody else's movies playing. And I just hear, when's Vito coming on? I gotta see this.
Let me see my boy.
Yeah,
Vito,
and,
that's
yeah, and they gave him a standing ovation at the end. They went crazy for him. But that is nice that you still have that family that sticks together like that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And like all my uncle's friends are still supers in that area. And even the bigger buildings have supers from families around.
Nobody even moved on to doorman. They're still just supers.
They're still just
their own landscaping companies.
Yeah. I had a guy who lived in my building, he was born a block away, and basically he stayed within a 5-block radius in east side of Manhattan his whole life. And I was doing something down the village. He goes, I would never go down there. I go, why? He goes, it's filled with communists. I go, what, dude, when's the last time you've been down there? 50s I went down there, and I ain't going back.
They don't leave it. There are some old school Italians who are going to probably come to the Jersey Show where I'm at. These guys, they follow me. They'll go out and see certain people, but they don't leave the neighborhood.
Yeah.
They stick right in their little area. That's where they feel comfortable. Creatures of habit. They don't want to move.
Yeah. Italians love hearing Italian stories. Still.
Yes.
They're crazy about that.
And you know what? They don't want to think outside the box. My grandfather was 98 years old. He was in this country 97 years, couldn't speak a word of English. Not one word of English.
The only comedian Gail's mom knew was Pat Cooper, because those albums played over and over. And when I did the Unmasked with Pat Cooper, he was a wild man, right? Yeah. He was just crazy. This is my part of the whole interview. Hi, Pat. And thanks for being on, Pat. And then I sat there for an hour. But I looked over at her mom, and she was like laughing. She was so excited.
Yeah, he was
like
wild.
a kid. Because everybody thinks that all the Italian people think Pat Cooper's their uncle.
Yeah, I worked with him a few times, and he is out of control.
Yeah.
He's like that off stage, too.
Oh, yeah. There's no difference.
You remember Lou Carey? You remember Lou Carey?
Yeah.
Another great comedian, underrated.
Right.
Fantastic. I used to love him, too.
Well, everyone always talks about the Catskills and the Jewish comics, but there was also an Italian kind of root to that same thing. So those guys came up and played to almost a 100% Italian thing. So they did that stuff. They were absolute stars.
Right,
like we're talking about Luke Carey. Stars, but almost like an old blues act. He didn't cross over into white America. Yeah, into white America.
Exactly, that's true. Yeah. Freddie Roman, there were a lot of guys.
Freddie Roman was another guy. Yeah. Most of these people, Jeffrey Gurian has written jokes for. I don't know. Jeffrey Gurian used to go up, even as a kid, and give jokes to those guys.
Really?
Yeah. But until, I only saw the end of the Catskills era, but there were these giant rooms that were like Vegas style rooms.
Villa Roma, places like that.
Yeah. That was definitely the where the Italians went.
That was
and you could go in there and play like an 1,100 seat room.
Yeah.
And these guys would sell out. They would spend the entire summer being stars. And then they had to figure out, where do you go during the winter?
Right. And nobody knew, so you went to Florida.
Right. You weren't going to play Iowa and Indiana. Right. People wouldn't understand.
It's amazing how Pat Cooper was able to cross over, though.
Yeah, Pat Cooper did better. Well, he picked up the Vegas crowd, too.
The Sinatra people.
Yeah, the Sinatra people. I don't know whether Frank was comfortable with
that. No,
I
don't think so, no.
Because Pat could never not, say what was ever on his mind.
Right. Yeah.
So at some point, no matter what was happening, he was always going to say the inappropriate thing.
Always.
And again, how do you get a TV show if you do that?
You can't do it.
You're working with people like this. Wheels is sitting in with us. He's performing at the Stress Factory in New Jersey tonight through July 3rd. Well, Dice is a guy like that, right? Dice is not the guy. He told a story about he was ball busting Marty Scorsese.
Oh, God, did he show you the video and all that?
No, but he told me the story of the video. It's hilarious.
Unreal.
Right? Yeah.
I've never seen anything like what he gets away with, Dice. How he gets away. It was amazing. He gets away with things no one would ever get away with in front of the biggest people in the world.
Because there's no reason to do it. That's the funny, that's the why are you doing this?
Yeah, because no one's ever done it. It's not that no one ever could have gotten away with it. No one even tried.
Why would you? Why would you?
You know what his excuse for everything is? Because I'm from Brooklyn. Well, what does that mean? Does that give you a pass?
Yes. There's a lot of people from Brooklyn who will follow the rules of society. I forget this other story I heard about Dice, but he I think a big problem with him is he didn't drink, right? So that leaves you, hours to kill. But he would, in Long Island, go into these big houses with a real estate person and be running around, videotaping himself running up and down the steps.
Absolutely. In L.A. too. We used to go and open houses in L.A. and we went to a house with Angie Dickinson. He's telling Angie Dickinson, "You ain't taking it. I'm taking his house." He goes, "This is my house. Get out. Back off. Walk away." He would tell
And he wasn't interested in buying the house.
He didn't want that. He would slide down banisters. He'd figure out great places in the house that you can, have fun with your wife and say, "This is a perfect, look, the counter's exact height."
And why in the middle of the day do you do that? Why doesn't he have a prank show?
And that's all we did back then in L.A. And L.A. was crazy. Open houses every day. We'd walk around trying to find them and pull up and just go nuts in these houses. People were scared, like, oh my God, He would tell people, "Yeah, I'll bring all the guys in from Brooklyn. We'll have a barbecue out in the front." Like just real Gavone,
These are the best stories.
Yeah. I mean, I spent my life at Dice. The crazy stuff he's done is insane, now it's being seen.
Yeah, now it is being seen in that TV show. Now you appear on there, but you're not playing the guy who's kind of playing Wheels.
Right, which is true. I think that the Milkshake is loosely based on me.
Yeah.
I am playing Wheels in the show, who owns the Chicken Shack, and I'm in the 5th episode, and that was my introduction to the show. So if it does get picked up, I'm hoping that will be more to follow.
Well, you're not exactly playing a nice guy. It's like a nice guy version of yourself.
I'm playing like a con artist, just trying to get Dice to do endorsement deals for the Chicken Shack. He'll tell him anything to kind of just do it. Putting his name all over posters, the best chicken,
Well, Dice told me a story that I thought was amazing, and I hadn't heard it, is that he helped Kinnison put that character together.
That's right.
And I had only known the kind of Dice versus Sam thing that was going on in the late 80s, early 90s. But the fact that those guys lived in the same house and he helped Sam to go up and set the character. Because I'd never talked to any stand-up other than Dice who worked from the outside in.
Right.
Most guys sit, they try to write jokes, blah, blah, blah. But Dice tried to figure out his persona and felt that was more important. This is fascinating.
It's fascinating.
Shit.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he did that for Sam. And those two guys, if you were around in the 80s, everybody remembers the first time you saw them on TV.
Absolutely.
Because they just took it. They
owned it.
Took it.
And they owned that character. They owned that character. And he would commit. Dice would never break character ever back in those days. Like he was Dice. When he walked at the Comedy Store back in those days, he stayed in character the whole time, no matter who was there. He would never break.
And who does that?
No, and Sam too, and Sam and Dice had like a love-hate relationship.
Well, yeah, Sam definitely lived it the whole time, which is a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in Sam's case, I think, again, unlike Dice, Sam was a partier, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that makes it even harder because no matter where you go, some kid in a college wants to hand you whatever to have that experience of being with you. So when you travel, you never have a sober day.
Never. And it was Sam. Sam called me up 2 weeks before he died at my house when I was in Long Island. He asked me to open for him. And I said, "Sam, I can't open for you. I'm with Dice. What are you trying to do? I'm with, you're trying to get me like fired from him and then you'll just drop me." So I didn't do it. And then 2 weeks later he passed. And I thought that was kind of weird,
That was weird.
Yeah. I always remember that,
Why do you think that, because from Dice's point of view, he didn't have a problem with Sam?
No, he didn't. No. Sam had the problem.
What do you think it was?
Because I think Dice became too big. And I think Andrew, when he hit, he became a phenomenon, and Sam couldn't handle that. He couldn't handle the fact that Dice became that big. I mean, in 1990, Dice was the biggest thing in the world, and I don't think Sam can handle it, so it bothered him.
It always gets to me, though, because, look, Sam, you got all the rest. You know what I mean? Like, I hate when people don't realize that they're winning.
And it wasn't like Sam was doing terrible.
No, he was doing,
amazing.
Yeah, he never, he played theaters instead of arenas at that time. But you're playing theaters in this country, you're as lucky as you can get because all the money's coming back to you.
Right.
You don't have a road crew. There's no bus. There's no expenses like a band has.
Was it that way with the fans as well? Was it an either or was that something that was more behind the scenes that people weren't that aware of?
I think I think back then it was aware. People were aware of it because there was so much going on back in the on the Stern show and yelling at each other and all that. But I think it became like you're a Dice fan, you're a Sam fan,
right?
But I think I think it crossed over. I think that Dice, I think they love it. The fans love them both,
right?
It was
sure.
just, you had to love somebody more, to make the conflict.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there was like an Ollie Frazier thing that took place that maybe brought out, something, it brought hype to it. But I know Dice looks back very fondly.
Oh yeah, we were in Valley Forge, if you know, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, sure.
We're playing there, and we were there that night. And Dice goes on stage and said, before we start the show, I want to have a moment of silence. A friend of mine passed away, the great Sam Kinison, and he had a moment of silence for Sam. Mm-hmm. And he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So of course there was some love there.
Yeah, there's only a couple people who know what it's like to have that happen, and those two guys are one. You know what I mean? To know what it's like to just be this guy working, and suddenly just shoot to the top.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. With any person, no matter what they're doing, whether they're pop stars or actors, anytime that people feud that way, it's interesting that they, sort of pit themselves against the other.
Yeah.
When there's got to be no one else in the world that you could ever relate to more than that.
Yeah.
person.
And Sam was also larger than life, and he was a phenomenon too. When he walked into a room, he controlled the room, much like Dice. So I mean, they had their a lot of similarities.
Well, Sam, when he was in the right mood, it was incredibly charming, and then when he was like dark, you just wanted to back away from him.
And in a bad way.
Yeah.
He was very dark. Yeah. He'd come with a gun at the Comedy Store and shoot the signs and stuff. He was nuts. He was nuts.
That story, the story of the Comedy Store, when it was a time that comedy got almost bigger than rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Both of these guys were drawing stars to come see them.
Rock and roll, porn, and comedy were commingling in those days.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Without a doubt.
Because porn had kind of turned mainstream because of videotapes. Mm-hmm. So now people actually knew porn stars. They were putting out a lot of product. Rock stars were doing videos, and then, comedians were getting specials, which you wouldn't have seen back in the 60s and 70s, right? So they were all basically selling to the same audience.
Right.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
And you were there for that
I was there in '89. Sure, yeah. I lived in the same house they did.
Yeah,
Crest Hill. I lived there later when they had moved out. I moved in. So yeah, I went through the whole Comedy Store as my home. That was where I really cut my teeth.
But that's 24 hours a day. You're living comedy.
I was living and breathing it there. I was there every single night of the week. I was just getting high in the back, smoking weed every night, hanging out. We got to be friends. That's how comics become friends. Right. And that's how you like you're mentioning Schubert.
Yeah,
Schubert's like my cousin. That's how I look at him. I mean, we grew up together. I look at that as growing up together because we're so immature, in a sense. Comedians are so immature that when you're in your 20s, that's when you're really growing up. Because it's almost like being 14.
Sure.
So we kind of grew up together at the Comedy Store. Everybody. It was the greatest time of our lives. We loved it.
And Schubert was with Sam, and you were with Dice.
I was with Dice, right.
So you guys would just give each other a little wink across the room.
If you talk to Schubert, say, how's Wheels? He'd go, hey, it's me. But he knows we love each other.
That was funny. So each of those guys had their own crew.
Right. He had Carla Bow. Sam had Carla Bow, Jimmy Schubert, Alan Stevens, and then me was me and Hot Tub Johnny, Club Soda Kenny, all these guys.
Yeah. I think that's so funny too, because you never see a comedian today running with a crew like that.
Right.
To have a gang. It was almost like a band.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I think Sam even turned those guys into a band, made everybody play instruments.
That's right.
While he did Wild Thing. Wheels is here this weekend. He's at the Stress Factory. The guy's a walking book. I don't know what he's waiting for. You got to start and type this stuff up.
I love it. Well, you get it out of me. You ask me great questions.
But, sometimes just being in a certain era, like we talk about that with rock and roll, right? If you grew up in Memphis in the 50s, that's a book.
Right.
You know what I mean? You lived the life that you could write a book about. If you were in London or if you hung out at CBGB's in the 70s.
Absolutely.
People put out books like that all the time.
And if I ever thought about that, but I'm not a good writer, but yeah, I've seen so much when I do reflect back in those days. I was there for so much, and so many people that are not alive today.
Yeah.
And remember them as alive and partying and hanging with these people. And then one day it's just different people. Somebody just replaces that person. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world we live in comedy.
And now when you go there, it's a lot more professional people.
Very corporate. Yeah, very corporate.
The younger crew, this is like Saturday Night Live. those people, they're like young businessmen.
Right.
Right.
When they started that show, it was just,
Right.
you know,
Just
it was
wild
Animal
there, yeah.
House.
Yeah, but when I go back to the Comedy Store even now, and I don't go back as much, I go in the back and I see my name on the wall, and I look at it, I'm like, man, I really earned that spot. You know what I did here, the nights the things that I've done at this place, and the craziness that went on, and the sex, drugs, and rock and roll in the main room. I earned that spot.
Sure.
And it's a very difficult spot to get.
Yeah, man, it's like finding out that you played for the Raiders.
It really is.
You know,
I look at it. I took my daughter there, took a picture in front of my name. It's like a proud moment, you know. All it is a name, but you know, you think of the memories that go behind that name.
Yeah.
And what happened to get there, you know.
Who were the folks in your era? Who were the guys that were killing it at the store?
Well, you had Eddie Griffin was hot back then, you know. And you had Dice, and you had Arsenio Hall, and you had you know, everybody was there. Carla Bo was killing it every night. Carlos Mencia was killing it every night. Dave Chappelle was killing it every night. Chris Rock was coming in all the time. The other guy, God, I can't even think of his name from the movie. I forget his name. Chris Tucker was there every night, killing
Chris
it.
Tucker,
big time at the Comedy Store. You know, Paul Mooney was there. Richard Pryor was coming in back then and watching comedy. I mean, it was crazy. It
is pretty amazing.
And that was on the stage. Off the stage was where it really happened. Because that's when people would come in and didn't even want to go on that night. Were trying to hide from being on the strip. Eddie Murphy would be in the back with his guys. And you know, they didn't even go on stage. So that was really happening back there. Yeah.
Yeah, no matter where you are, there's always some guy that can come in and blow, like, hey, you know, it doesn't happen. Like tonight, you know, Voss is playing Gotham Comedy Club. But if Jerry Seinfeld rolls in, you know,
it's going to happen.
That's it.
Well, you know, like here you go, Gotham Comedy Club, Chris Mazzilli.
Right.
Now, I remember when Chris Mazzilli opened up, was not even working. He was working for Al Martin at the New York Comedy Club on 23rd back in those days, 20-something years ago. And I used to remember Chris. So it goes to show you how people escalate in their careers. Now Chris has got one of the hottest clubs in New York, and then he's doing his thing. And people move on. As you stick in the business, if you're good enough, it's going to happen. If it's not, you got to get out.
Well, Chris Mazzilli is also involved in other, you know, production and all that. And like you said, he was a kid
hanging
in the business. This was his college education of seeing it enough, doing it. I always think like Rick Newman, A Catch a Rising Star, is one of the most fascinating,
fantastic
American stories ever.
Right. Well, you talk about amazing story. Well, Catch a Rising Star. Okay, so forget about L.A. I mean, I started in New York. I mean, I was going to the comedy, the comic strip and Catch and Improv and all these clubs at night. The Comedy Cellar back in the day when Jon Stewart was hanging out. So me, Chris Rock, Adam Sandler, all of us would hang out in the back with our little pads and pens, write material, getting together at the end of the night, going to the diner, and we'd see the great Eddie Murphy on stage and this. So my comedy career started here in New York. I just moved to L.A., but I even remember back in those days, you know, Seinfeld walking in, but they weren't even they weren't even rich then. They were nothing. They were just regular, you know.
But a lot of times you would hang out, couldn't even get on.
Couldn't get on. You were lucky to get on. It was an honor.
That's the thing about it, that most people would come here and go, I'm not going to play with this shit and leave. It's the guys who stay, keep going, even though any common sense, anyone's father would say, stop it. Cut this out.
The best thing any comedian can do is starting out in this business. If a pro walks in the room with any credentials who's big in the business, if Seinfeld walks in the room and bumps you, stick around and watch him.
Right.
And if you don't get on, too fucking bad, excuse my language.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You got to watch one of the greatest things in the world, and he did it before you. So you got to enjoy that. And you should seek it in and absorb that energy. Don't leave bitter saying, I'm going to go on somewhere else. Nobody cares about you right now.
Yeah.
Enjoy what you're seeing. Learn.
It is very, very difficult to say. I mean, there's very few businesses where you're going to say, hey, in 10 or 15 years, you're going to find your voice. Not tonight, not tomorrow night.
Right.
You're basically saying to people, just keep going. It's insane.
George Schultz told me, he goes, listen, you're not going to get anything for 10 years. And this was like the first month in the business. He goes, nothing, Wheels. Nothing. He goes, you're going to be broke, starving. You might not even make it in 10 years. Your first credit won't be for 10 years. Are you ready for that? I'm like, yeah. I was ready for it. I didn't want to work a day job. You know?
Yeah, right.
I'll answer the phones at Pips and I'll, you know, MC on the weekends and make $200, you know.
When did you even think like, oh, this is something people do? This is, actual, like, kind of a career?
Oh, no. Well, I knew very early on what I wanted to do. I was completely aware of the fact that at 8 years old, I knew I was going to be a stand-up. I knew I was going to be a stand-up comedian. I wasn't going to do, but so, yeah, I knew that this was something for me. When my father passed away, you know, I was watching everybody crying and all that. I'm like, I can't, you know, and that's something triggered me off when I was 7. And I said, I got to make these people happy. So I started telling jokes, and I knew that I was going to make a career out of this. I knew that college and everything else was going to be a complete waste of my time, but I'm going to do it just to do it. But I'm out of it. I'm going right into the comedy. I mean, your club. You had a club back then.
Yeah.
My goal was, when am I going to get into your room? And I said, if I ever met you, I was going to ask you, can I work your room?
We'll grab a time machine. Yeah.
No, really.
Yeah.
I go back that far, remembering these moments in my life when I wanted to play your room and Caroline Hirsch's room and, you know, and Silver's room, the Improv. And I mean, God, and Pips. And I always knew this was it for me.
That's amazing, though, man. That's really...
I always knew.
It's really cool, and the fact that you turned it into a life.
Absolutely.
And like we said, the life that you lived, you can make a documentary out of it in a heartbeat, you know, because not only for what you did yourself, but just the people that you're around, the creativity.
Right. The energy is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, because we're all a little bent, but we're also very intelligent.
Right.
And you have to be intelligent to be in this business because, you know, it's a self-loathing business.
Yeah.
You really make it, but it's a wonderful business too, you know?
Well, it's a healing business, whether you want it to be or not. Like, there's so many people who will say, you know, I lost a family member and I was down, and this was the first time I laughed because I watched something that took place or I listened to something. I mean, that's always mind-blowing.
I think as a comedian, and now I'm a dad and a husband, so I see the side of me. Okay, let's give you an example. I'm in L.A. We're in L.A. We're in our house in L.A. My wife and daughter, and I'm Michael Parisi, the daddy and the husband. And then I'm saying to myself, I'm going to go to the Comedy Store tonight. In my head, I already know I'm going to do a spot. I'm getting excited for that, but I'm getting excited not as the dad and the husband. I'm getting excited as Wheels now.
Right.
So I'm getting all like, oh, I'm going to get there now. You know, I'll be smoking a bowl in the back in 20 minutes. You know, here I am, you know, with my daughter. You know. So I'm like playing two sides, two characters.
You're Batman.
Yeah. And I'm all excited going over Laurel Canyon. I'm almost there, you know. I'm going to see we're going to act like assholes tonight, you know.
Wheels, what a pleasure to have you stop in. I want you to do it every time that you're in town,
Thank
all right?
you. I appreciate it, man. I love the show.
Thank you so much. Wheels is performing at the Stress Factory in New Jersey tonight through Saturday, July 3rd. StressFactory.com for tickets. Thank you so much,
Thank you
man.
very much. Hit me up on Twitter and Facebook, too, if anybody's out there. On Wheels Live.
Wheels Live on Twitter and Facebook. We'll be right back, Bennington.
Thank you.
It's the Bennington Show. Ron Bennington, Gail Bennington.
Yo.
There's Stanley Bennington.
What's up?
Vito Bennington.
Hey.
Spencer Berger, Bennington. Hey, Wheels was a blast, right?
Wheels is awesome.
Yeah, he is so great.
What did he say his Twitter handle is?
It was
Wheels Live.
Wheels Live.
At Wheels Live on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, he's great. That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
It is amazing when you meet somebody, they've had so many experiences, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. He should write a book.
2 books. I'll write it with him. Let me just figure out how to use this keyboard. Because this must be broken. It should be ABC. I wonder if anybody went back and did that they'd have a better time typing. But the Hunt and Peckers of the world.
Yeah, I think that it was based on home row and then like frequency of how often you use it, right?
Yeah.
Which is why like Q and Z are kind of at like pinky level.
But that's the ones I use the most because I'm constantly writing quiz. I go, instead of saying, let me ask you, I say, can I quiz you?
I got a quiz for you.
And then I'm like, let's go to Quiznos.
Actually,
so I'm like, let's get those up higher where I can get to them.
He actually just replaced the question mark with the word quiz.
I like to.
Oh, wow. So, like what are you doing tomorrow quiz, but no question mark.
Or sometimes it's just, what are you doing quiz? Or I'll call them my friends quiz all the time. You know, some people say champ, I say quiz to people.
What's up, quiz kid?
Nate Silver, the modern day Nostradamus, the man who was the champion predictor of the last election, said that as of right now, Clinton has an 80% chance of being our next presidente, Trump at 20%. Personally, I think it's way too early to bet anything.
And hasn't this election season been his most difficult with predictions?
Well, he had a rough time in the primaries, but apparently, according to what they're saying, it's much harder to get that stuff in the primaries when you have 17 people running, because you can win the primary with 24%. You're freezing in here today. Go ahead and turn it off.
No, I'm good.
I was worried about you and Wheels. Wheels came in here wearing a lot of skin. Stress Factory this weekend. Rich Voss at Gotham this weekend. Oh, we got our guys out there everywhere.
Yeah.
Tonight, Robert Kelly's new TV show, season 2, is like a bump in a nice direction. I watched the first 4 episodes, and I'll just say this. A lot more Robert Kelly than last year. I'm very happy to see it. His character has become this strange little kind of moral compass
That's great.
of the show. It's really, really sweet. Most of his work is like, I mean, obviously he's funny and all, but then he does a lot of borderline dramatic work, and he's really good at it.
I love it.
He's another one of our friends who was a good actor. There's so many. Nick DiPaolo is a good actor. Soda's a good actor.
We have a lot of actor friends.
We do. Jimmy has a problem with where he puts his hands, but once he gets past that, I think he's going to go on his way.
I just say just put him out or up.
I like to just flop him in front of me.
Or do T-Rex arms for every scene.
Chris, he's not in Jurassic Park.
I'm just saying.
God,
I'm just saying.
But by just saying that, you make Nate Silver's thing. Are you agreeing or disagreeing with Nate Silver? If you had to pick today, it's not who you want. If you had to pick, who's the next president?
Donald Trump is the next president of the United States.
And that is based on what?
I think a lot of people's polling is bullshit.
All right, but let's look at this. If you look at what, because you're not ever looking at the national numbers, the 5%, 3% don't matter. When you look at this, can Trump swing Virginia? Can he swing Ohio? We had our friends come in, John and Kelly, this week from Ohio, and they told us the governor's not going to go working for Trump. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine PA swinging. He's got a very tough thing. He's going to swing certain states.
I think that looking at his prediction, I think that he's right that Hillary Clinton will take it, but I don't think it's going to be at this massive margin that he's predicting.
Give us the states.
Well, I think that Trump will take Florida.
Really?
He has Clinton taking Florida. I think that Hillary will take Virginia. What are the other swings? PA?
No, PA. I don't think you got a chance at. North Carolina, Ohio is always important. I mean, that's enough to win an election for the Democrats. You've got to be able to swing those states over red. So, first of all, you got months to do it.
Yeah.
His biggest problem is he doesn't have the party really backing him, and he doesn't have what's called a ground game where you have people in every little town in Ohio, because a place like that becomes a slobber knocker. Let's suppose when you're a Republican, you're going to lose Cleveland big, right?
Yeah.
So that means you have to really go out in the sticks, make sure those white people, drive from their farm all the way to the thing. And imagine how many times you've got to do that to make up for 5 blocks of Cleveland.
Right.
It becomes a real strain. So this stuff, a lot of it isn't of like who would make a better president, but it's like if you went in last year and you were looking at the Super Bowl. What did everybody talk about before the Super Bowl?
Cam Newton, how much of a badass
Dabbing, dancing.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
team.
he's acting like he's getting his picture taken. After the Super Bowl, you just looked at, oh yeah, that's right, defense is so important, right?
Really matters.
You've got to have a defensive tackle. The linebacker has to move up on these things. It's never about the flash. So, from just a political point of view, how you feel about this one is going to be interesting. Chris says, when is Texas succeeding? I have no problem. I have no problem if they want to jump on it. I think they can pull it off.
For Texas?
Mm-hmm. Texas.
They should just declare now. Just as
It's got to be up to them, Chris. It can't be us here in New York saying that we want you to do this because we haven't thought it out a lot. There may be, when the guy called and said, "What about the federal land?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, federal land." I guess they can have it.
Yeah,
the president.
There, see, done. That's
I don't know if everyone's going to feel that way.
Whatever.
I don't know. I look at this map, and the big problem, this happens with Republicans every time. I mean, even the 2 times that Bush won, both were a squeaker. And because of the Northeast and the West Coast, you've really got a tough time because if you look at, let's say, the Rocky Mountain states, right? There's not a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Texas is the stronghold for the Republican Party. I mean, there's people there. It's a big state. Doesn't help you all that much when you win Wyoming. You get something like 3 votes out of there or something.
Yeah, other than Texas, what is the highest number that they're getting?
That's a good question. Louisiana, Indiana, maybe?
Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia's got to be pretty decent. And you look there, and Georgia is lighter and closer to blue than they've ever been. There's a push for them to go after. Well, at one point, you could never get Virginia if you were a Democrat. Now, the Democrats are all the way down to North Carolina, Then you got South Carolina is going to stay strong, but then you leap in, and Georgia is more of a possibility than it's ever been. And the thing about Texas is, with more and more Hispanic people, some people worry that's going to turn blue. I got a birthday boy on the line right now. It's Hard Rock Johnny. Johnny
Bennington.
Happy birthday, Jan.
Oh, thank you. It's all going to come down to Pennsylvania and Florida. This whole election is going to come down to 2 states with their combined 49 electoral votes.
What makes you think that Pennsylvania is ready even to be on the line?
This is the way it is.
When's the last time a Republican won Pennsylvania?
They're still considered a swing state. That's why you're going to see Trump there constantly. You're going to see Hillary there and you got to throw Ohio and Virginia in there too, because those are your real keys. And because California,
I know you've now given us 4 of the 50 states.
Yes, but here's what the Democrats are going to win. Hillary's going to carry California, right? That's 55 electoral votes.
How many in New York and New Jersey?
29 for New York. So you carry that. I mean, and then New Jersey's 14.
Mm-hmm.
And those are traditionally, Democratic states.
But when's the last time PA went? First George Bush election back in 88?
I was going to say
that's a long time now.
They were. Yeah, I don't think that they've been a red state for a while, right?
Yeah, it was only during the Reagan years. Philly was always such a big union town, and they would go straight Democrat all that time. The 2 cities, again, you got to make up a lot of country in the middle to cover Pittsburgh and Philly. I don't know, Johnny. I know you want Trump. Can he do it?
I don't think I do.
Can you and Chris Christie turn this thing for him?
He's great again.
Do not align me with Chris Christie.
Will you get your birthday wish? That's what I want to know.
I don't know what it is yet.
To make America great again.
Did you take off today again?
No, I'm at work. I started my day trying to find that naked guy jumping off of the thing in Times Square, but I got there too late.
Oh, yeah, he was in there today. He went up on the tickets building.
Yeah, I mean, he was asking for Donald Trump. I want to see Donald Trump was his thing.
That's what he was saying?
Yeah, he wanted Trump. He was demanding Donald Trump, and then he was spitting at the cops, and then eventually jumped off into an airbag.
He jumped off a 1-story building.
Yeah, I mean, even if he didn't have the airbag, the worst he's going to do is break an ankle, a leg fracture.
Roll at most.
You guys think that Trump could take Florida?
I think he could.
Fez is going door to door for him right now in Florida.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know he
loves Trump. You know who came out for Trump because Trump is so pro-woman? Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
But because he said she can go to any bathroom that she wants at Trump Towers. Pandering to the vote.
That's only because she's got a dick.
Allegedly.
She feels comfortable with it. I wonder if she still uses the urinal. I would, just for fucking
has to
speed purposes.
She goes to the ladies' room.
But you're gonna stand it.
Sit or stand, right?
You can't sit because your dick's gonna flip up. Start fucking pissing in the wall.
Look, I don't know the mechanics. I don't understand.
I'm trying to give it to you. You think Vito can fucking sit and pee? It ain't gonna happen. Vito peed in the pool the other day. But here's the thing, from the diving board. And that's why everybody got mad at him.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And it wasn't even the lower dive.
Oh, really?
He was up on the platform.
Showing off.
Nice fountain.
Yeah, he was like, the fountain's here, and he was just spinning around. He was just giggling. Johnny's birthday. What are you this time of year? What are you, like Pisces or something?
Sagittarius.
You Sagittarius, Johnny?
Sagittarius.
Cancer.
Oh, geez, that's the worst of all. It's the deadliest of all. Thanks. Next month it's polio, though, and that's much better because we have a cure for it. Is your birthday next month?
Oh, I'm a Leo, so it's not
When
August.
is it?
August 8th.
All right, so what are we going to do for your birthday this
I'm not
year?
sure. 33. Is that Jesus' age?
Yeah.
It's Jesus and Belushi.
Oh, shit.
Both of them had a much better career than you.
You want like a lobster and steak party?
I always want a lobster and steak party.
Oh, my gosh.
You want to surf and turf?
Surf and turf.
Surf and turf. Surf and turf. Surf and turf. What do you say? A hot lobster and cold steak. What do you say?
You know what? I'll still take it.
I will arrange a surf and turf lunch for you.
Wow.
Thank you, Johnny.
With a side of spaghetti, Johnny.
Come on, get a little pasta in there, Johnny.
One time I went to a restaurant when I was a kid with my parents, and there was surf and turf with a side of pasta, and I felt like I was in heaven. Like every night should be like this.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
This is all three good things.
I can even dip the steak straight into the butter without anyone complaining.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's the whole point of the surf and turf.
Mm.
The buttery steak.
Charlie doesn't surf and turf. Never does he have a side of pasta. Johnny, what time you leaving for the beach tomorrow?
I will be picking my wife up from her job at 10:50 a.m. and we will be heading down the shore.
You guys have great jobs when you can get off at 10:50 a.m.
She does that's her summer gig is she teaches like a half a day on Friday. So.
Springsteen still hitting on your wife, Johnny? Is that a big problem down there in Jersey?
Hasn't happened in a couple of years.
Springsteen was giving his wife the...
Really?
Yeah, Johnny married over his head.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
That's a good thing to do, Johnny. You met her in, what was it, an Eddie Trunk live chat?
God, this story again. Yes, I met her in an Eddie Trunk chat room. Fine. But I have to always add in the fact that Mike Piazza asked me if I could pick up a chick in there, so I tried, and look what I ended up with.
Mike Piazza bullied you into being married. Or you'd be down the beach right now.
Fucking bastard.
I found love in an Eddie Trunk chat room and lost it on a lonely highway. That's sweet. That's a sweet story, though, Johnny.
I could have met her on ronfez.net because she was a huge Ron and Fez fan before we met. So, see?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Well, Eddie Trunk gets all the glory and he deserves it.
I don't know about that.
I've been enjoying his docu-series. Or rock-you-series, as we like to say. He's opening up a metal show in Arkansas this weekend. Hey, you ran into Shrekalove's buddy today.
Yeah, and she brought me some beautiful magazines all about Arizona because I'm always talking about how much I love the great state of Arizona because it's so beautiful to me.
It is gorgeous.
And I always wear her necklace too. They remember in Thanksgiving they bought me that beautiful turquoise necklace. I wear it all the time.
Turquoise, when I was a little kid, was my favorite color.
Really?
Yeah, when I was in kindergarten.
I believe it's your. I think it might be your birthstone as well. I could be wrong.
I don't follow all that stuff. I don't follow dark magic. I believe in the Son of Christ.
Well, Johnny is a Cancer, and he loves grabbing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all ties together.
It kind of does.
What's my birthstone?
He's catching himself. Your birthstone is crab shell.
So weird. So weird.
Wheels was in here, and I always like to think what Wheels is to Dice, I am to Johnny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so true. You're like his wheels.
Yeah, and then he's Eddie Trunk's wheels, which is weird. And Eddie Trunk is Gene Simmons' wheels.
I see me as the training wheels.
Oh, that's nice.
Aww.
Aww.
Look at that cute baby right there. So thin. I love the way the African kids say so thin and serious.
How do they do it?
They keep in shape.
Yeah, I guess by not using mosquito nets. That's the best way.
That's another impossible standard for women for body image.
Set up. Thank you. Yeah. Now, where am I supposed to get flies? I'm ready for the Zika Olympics this year.
I can't wait.
Yeah. If we come back with less than 40 dead, I consider it a hit Olympics.
Do you get a gold for having the most survivors?
Well, it's attendance. It's like an attendance thing.
I want a global pandemic afterwards also of Zika.
You joke about that, dude, but this is all they talk about.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's really creepy.
Like our whole life, the worst word that you could say is pandemic.
Global.
And now, yes, global. Sorry, I didn't bring in global. I should have. I feel like it's a little redundant, but okay.
I want to make sure of the whole world.
But this time they're acting like this could really happen. If the Olympians return with skeeters in their hair or bags. And then, I believe, once the humans are gone, oddly, the crabs will come back.
I, for one, welcome our new crab overlords.
I'm hoping to survive and make friends with them, although I've been killing them for years.
Oh, you're done for, Johnny.
Yeah. That's the man who keeps throwing our friends in the water.
Boiling water. He throws them live. Hey, here you go. You're live. Jump in there. Poor crabs. Well, what are you going to do, right?
Tasty, though.
Someone's got to be at the top of the food chain. Might as well be us.
I like it.
Or is it lion?
It's not lion. It's us.
We're there now until those Abbeys come around.
Are you still watching that show?
Yeah, DVRing it, and it's kind of getting a little boring.
It's fucking terrible.
I'm now. Did you get to the part with? How far up to date are you?
I'm right up to date. You know what I mean? I live in the real time, Johnny.
I will sometimes. I don't want to give it.
It's not a struggle for me to follow a TV show.
This female Abby's throwing me for a loop. I don't know what's going on.
She's
there.
Queen Bee. That's all. She's just a Queen Bee.
Queen Bee.
I didn't watch this. Was it on last night? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was on last night. You missed it?
I'll watch it tomorrow. I'll watch it today.
Well, let's just say this. You're going to be very surprised when you see how many Abbeys are outside and they're screaming.
Oh, no. I hope they don't have torches.
Yeah. Oh, and another, yeah. You're going to find out that there's been an attack, but whatever.
Oh, no.
Enjoy.
Oh, no.
We're the only two people in America who are watching this. But this came in. Did we ask Johnny the ice question? I don't remember what the ice question is. Any of you guys?
No.
Ice question.
Hey, I remember what it was. So, what are the beverages that you don't put ice in under any circumstances? So, it was easy for me immediately to say milk.
Yeah.
You can't have with ice.
Yeah.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Some people put ice in wine, which I think is disgusting. And you remember we had a mayor who put ice in the beer.
Yes.
Fucking wrong.
I would also say that I don't think that you should put ice in orange juice.
I know you say that. Guess what? When I say it, I enjoy it that way.
Really?
I like orange juice with ice. Yeah, it's good.
But it gets that film on
It's
it?
the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Is it? It's wrong.
It's wrong. You ever notice when you're in a diner, they don't put ice in the orange juice?
Oh yeah.
You just get a cold.
Yeah, you get cold. I'll have it with a nice ice. I would say the same of tomato juice or tomato juice. I would say the same of apple juice.
Yeah, tomato juice kind of for the same reason orange juice.
Grape juice, yes. Ice that shit up.
Yeah, make it nice and icy.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it belongs. Chris is the first person I ever saw enjoy ice cum.
I like it cold.
I just watched Vito explode in the other room and then looked like he was embarrassed, like Chris really does it.
Oh, clumsy.
But beer
so good.
is a never, except for the mayor of New York, the ex-mayor Bloomberg. But then you find out that the people over in fucking Europe, they just have warm beer.
Yeah, that's how they
nasty.
prefer it. I think most of their beverages are kind of warm.
Yeah, they don't really dig on a lot of ice over there. It's weird.
I heard they drink cider over ice.
I've never had cider with ice.
That's why I heard that Europeans will drink cider over ice, but beer is no ice.
No, I don't think that they.
No one
even
should
fucking
have
an
beer with
tray.
ice.
Yeah,
I think we've established
we've
it.
established.
Is there any other alcohol that you should not be over ice?
I say like good scotch shouldn't be like.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to have water go into the good scotch.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
the
what
point.
about with the
But I've never
giant ice blocks that they do so it doesn't melt into it? It's very trendy.
You mean like the Russians with the vodka?
Yeah, like
'Cause
it's
you
very
don't drop ice in the vodka, I don't think. But your cocktails have vodka.
Yeah, so like if they're like these giant ice
Stones.
cubes, ice
Yeah,
stones.
the balls. They use the balls, the ice balls.
That's fucking bullshit, though. I don't want a fucking stone in my goddamn drink.
My buddy sells high-end ice.
All right, you know what?
It's ridiculous.
Special water with it.
I'm gonna give you fucking $100. Fucking pick me up a piece.
I'm like, it's just nice.
Yeah.
You'll
Better
love
not
it.
be out of your house either. I'll fucking kill you.
It's just a bag of ice.
He comes with a tray. Oh yeah, my buddy sent this over. It's an old-fashioned metal tray. He's trying to chip it out of.
Check it for cum, then you know it's
Don't judge me for that.
Let's get all clumpy.
Oh, it's turned. This cum is turned.
This cum's turned,
It's
guys.
curdling.
So, Larry wants you to know this, Chris.
Okay, let me know.
He
Larry.
said, "Tell Fuckstick that a pandemic is global. Otherwise, it would be epidemic."
All right.
So, you were being
redundant.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize to everyone for throwing out global pandemic.
You're redundant over and over and over. I hope that's not redundant.
And over and over and over.
Lori says an icy citrus juice is very refreshing. And then she writes root beer. I guess she doesn't ice her root beer.
Ice, the root beer would be good with ice.
You ever notice that you never drink a root beer, but then when you did, you're like, hey, this is fucking good.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
I think a root beer is delicious, and I would almost just say it's a dessert in itself. Like I could have.
Thank you. I feel like it is.
Yeah.
Now, I came up with something new, too. I take a root beer and I drop a little vanilla ice cream.
What?
And then I watch it float.
Oh, my God.
What do you call it?
Brown cow. No, what is a brown cow? What is it? That's something.
That cream is that cream soda with milk?
Or cream soda with ice cream. Is it with milk?
I don't know.
By the way, a cream soda, fucking fantastic with a bagel. Any other time, I don't care much for it.
You ever mix it with milk? It's delicious.
I've never even heard of this.
Oh yeah, we used to do that all the time. My grandmother's house on Sunday dinner. It was with our spaghettis.
Okay, you know what? I love to hear your depression stories, birthday boy.
I would prefer red birch beer, by the way, to root beer.
I don't think I've ever had red birch beer.
You've never had red birch beer?
No, you know what? The way you make it sound, I must have.
Okay, I did, and I loved it.
I'm having it now.
I like
It's delicious.
I like it more than you like it also.
Okay.
It's his birthday.
What?
It's the guy's birthday. Can he enjoy his day?
His birthday boy's taking a lot of shots over this beverage thing.
Say he should. You know, it's his day.
Next time I come in, I'm going to bring lobster,
Yes.
steak,
Yes.
and red birch beer.
Sounds great. Sounds like a perfect
Somebody's sending
afternoon.
us some lobster rolls too, right?
Yeah, that's from the place out in Montauk that Spencer Berger brought up.
Well, that's a long haul to bring in lobster, Chris.
They also have a location here in the city.
I didn't know
That I like to hear.
Yeah.
Is it Luke's?
It's not Luke's.
Sorry.
Luke's is
Red Hook Lobster Pound.
And that's the one that Spencer goes to?
Yeah.
Spencer, you hear about this? You bring up something on the air, and now they are giving us lobster rolls.
There's actually couple of other places I forgot to mention too. Harvest on Fort Pond. It's one of those, Tuscan style seafood family places. We've been going there for many years. It's one of the best places to go as well for dinner.
What do you normally order when you get there?
We usually get mussels with garlic and
Love it.
Yeah, and we usually get that grilled chicken with garlic mashed potatoes and the flank steak there.
Oh, sounds like that could be a lovely little day. I hope they're listening too.
Yeah.
Do they have red birch beer?
That I don't know, but
Johnny acts like I'm an animal because I don't drink it. I don't have a keg of it.
You really look like an asshole.
Dad, the red birch beer guy's here. He wants to know where to put the keg. Hold on, I got to talk to Earl. There's some guy looks just like Earl walking by.
Come on, that's just racist.
In this case, it's absolutely true, though.
Yeah, the guy looked like Earl.
And
Normally,
just so
I'm
you
being
know, he
racist.
was white.
Yeah, the guy was white. So now who's the racist? Birthday boy. I hope you get there 10:15 tomorrow morning, and there's just a note. I can't live with you. You're a racist.
I heard what you said about Earl.
Johnny, would you ever marry again?
Well, yeah, but I'm still with my wife, so I can't.
No, but let's just say, God forbid, she gets hit by a meteor. Right?
Oh, no.
Would you ever marry again?
I probably.
Well, I don't know. If a meteor hit your wife, you're just going to run out and get married all over?
Well, not right away.
Freaking out.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
like, you don't understand what I've been through. Fucking meteor.
Space killed my wife.
Yeah. I was sitting here having a red birch beer. Next thing I know, the fucking sky falls. I'm like Chicken Little. Like a fucking moron with my dick out. Going, wait a minute. What just happened here?
Why was your dick out?
Well, it's in the Chicken Little story. He had his dick out.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, it was sticking to his feathers. The sky has fallen. The sky has fallen. And I was like, put your dick back, Chicken Little. Because Chicken Little Dick was the original name. He did not have a big penis. By the way, you seem like you're off the virtual reality. You're never even talking to us anymore about it, Chris.
Oh, God. I had an experience the other day that just drove me crazy. All right, so I'm on an airplane with Nicole Kidman, and it turns out it was just a 6-minute long commercial for Air Emirates. I got fucking fooled into watching this thing. All right, so what's the point? What's the plot of this movie or whatever? And it was just a fucking commercial.
But did it feel like you were there with Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
And did it feel like you were sitting next to her?
Yeah, and the airport and that airplane that they're shilling is beautiful. I mean, it's like a fucking apartment.
Okay, all that doesn't matter. Why do you care if it's a commercial or not? If you have the experience of sitting with Nicole Kidman,
I still felt annoyed that it was just a commercial.
But you really were going to the airport with her, right?
Oh yeah, you were on flight with her.
But this is the stuff of fantasies. Like,
this is my wife, Nicole Kidman.
I'm worried about a meteor, so please, I'm going to live underground with her.
Chris is making VR bros upstairs, too. People keep walking by, tapping on the glass, going, hey, man, where you at? You at a show right now? Are you at a movie? You on an island?
Is that right? So you're doing that instead of working?
No, I am working.
How? With you and Nicole Kidman are going to Air Emirates.
I think I've found a source for a 360 camera, so I think everything's going to go really well for us.
Now, will we be on video or the still picture?
I think we can do either.
Okay, because the still picture seems boring to me.
Yeah, I mean,
that might work the first day.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, but the video is what.
But we could just put a video camera next to Gail in that empty seat, and it'll always look like you at home are on the show with us. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Our special guest, you.
A number of people say that Gail's a little too cleavagey today.
Hey!
Gail, come on.
Come on.
It looks like somebody took some down shirt pictures of you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
On Periscope?
Yeah.
So that would be Chris.
Chris was saying that
you're sick.
People were saying that Chris was shooting above you and there was a lot of cleavage today.
Chris!
Yeah.
I am not a creep.
That's
just
so
shooting.
gross. Because
I'm not a
now
creep.
I feel like you're selling
You
me.
got to be like, hey, I don't know whether you're wearing this or not. You're very cleavagey today.
I was trying to keep the camera down as low as possible.
Then that's an upskirt.
You fucking filthy
And you know what happened to me today on my walk to work.
You know she flashed a bunch of children.
And they cheered.
And then a bird flew into her hair.
All right, now people are saying that you're very cleavagey and the wheels pick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is a cleavagey day for you. You're basically exposed the entire day.
This is the worst day of 8th grade.
It is the Bennington Show. Double shots tomorrow. We'll be with Johnny as he wakes up, and we'll be with you all the way to the beach, I guess. How long does it take you to get to the beach from your house? 7 hours?
Hour 10.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Shit.
No.
Yeah.
Nice, quick.
And you're doing fucking rails the whole way down?
Backed up.
Let's keep going. I'm going to get to the Cape May. I'm going to be at Cape May this weekend because the houses are historical.
That's nice.
All the houses are old and different colors. That's how I like to spend my weekend. You got any 4th of July plans, Chris?
As of right now, no.
How about you, Vito?
No, I'm just going to be chilling. Might hit a day game next week. That's exciting.
What are you looking at? Yeah, well, you're a Mets guy.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah, it's great to sit in the fucking heat and watch your game.
I like it. I call it my beach.
Mets are on fire lately.
Yeah. Well, unlike you guys, I know what I'm doing the 4th, and that's supporting my country, United States of America.
That's what he does every year.
50 States of Confusion. The Dancing with the Stars winner defies expectations. Let me guess. He went down on a woman? Is that the fucking thing?
Didn't think you could do it.
All right, Obama has just put this out, press release, I guess. It says, I have no idea what I've been doing the last 8 years, and January can't get here fast enough. There's a lot of people worried that he's going to be leaving with a lot of stuff from the White House still. They said they're going to keep a real eye on him.
That's racist.
I can't.
I didn't mean it from a race point of view.
What did you mean it as?
Just being from Chicago. You know how Chicagoans are.
Oh, God, yeah, they're the worst.
Thank you, Chris.
They're the worst.
It's unlike you to fucking kiss up to me for no apparent reason.
I know. It's not like at all.
I know. I'll call you Axels. Norman Lear. I know that's your favorite TV producer, birthday boy. Mm-hmm. Norman Lear, Unmasked. I think it's today?
No, it's Monday, July 11th.
You know,
3:30.
I was thinking this last night. So I had a great time with Dennis Leary and the cast of Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll. Their second season starts tonight. A lot of Robert Kelly. It's great this year. And I immediately went into 7 different meetings after that. Like, I can't even get to enjoy things that I prepared and accomplished.
I know.
You know? Maybe I got to start and take a little me time.
You need
it.
You need you time.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather do me time than you time.
Oh, it'll be me time for you.
Okay. What?
Well, that's scale time then.
And I feel like that's what I keep doing every single day.
Yeah, exactly. You need your
It's me
time.
That means everyone pays attention to me.
Well, does it, Gail? Because we weren't aware of that. Did anyone notice my shoes? I guess so. Now that you bring it up.
You're wearing some.
Oh, you agree, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you love to agree with Daddy, don't you?
Daddy's gonna win.
Daddy's gonna win. Daddy's gonna win.
None of us know that for a fact that got chanted.
I know in my
I
heart.
want to believe it, though. I want to believe it.
That's why he's going to take Florida and PA. And California
See, I wanted you to just sit and have not, just based on what you want, but could this happen? You look at a guy like Johnny. Johnny called me with the proper thing of, look, you got to win this and this. It's very difficult. I don't know if Trump can put up with losing. I think it'll be too hard for him to lose something.
He'll be crushed. They'll take the names off the buildings.
He won't stop running. It's going to be like he's still running even if he loses. Now, if he wins, then life in this country will be so great we'll never be able to stand it again.
Everything will be great again.
There's talk that he's going to have fountains, what we would consider water fountains, of red birch beer.
No, I'm voting for him. That's it. I'm in.
Red birch beer, won't you come? We saw Zito today. He was prepping for an EDM festival. He was going to fly there and put up a sign. That's his entire life now.
He'll be in Vegas putting up signs.
Yeah. Going out to Vegas, going to put up a sign.
Ask Skrillex what he needs.
That's actually also the premise of Fools Rush In.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Skrillex is in that?
No, Vegas.
44 dead in that airport attack. And then Orlando just said, we beat you by 5. Which I think is the wrong kind of bragging to do.
You shouldn't do that.
Today will be your last day to request tickets for the Norman Lear. Norman!
It's happening July 11th at the SiriusXM studios at 3:30 p.m. Go to theinterrobang.com.
Is that the first day that we come back from Vaca?
Yes, yes, it is from Vaca.
What time are we doing it?
3:30 p.m.
Okay. So, show right into that.
Show.
Again, I can't even enjoy anything.
I know.
I just want one day where Chris doesn't overschedule me. And never put me in another fucking meeting again as long as you live.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that.
No more
Thank
meetings.
you.
Unless you would like to virtual reality attend the meetings.
I will be going somewhere with Tom Cruise's ex-wife. And not Nicole Kidman, the other ex-wife, the one with the big breasts from the 80s. Forgot her name, but she's great.
She's better than Nicole.
Well, I don't necessarily feel like I have to judge them against each other. This isn't a Miss World competition.
I'll rank them right now. Big tits.
What gives you the right to say stuff like that, you misogynist?
He's disgusting, right?
What's next you're bringing up? Clit size? Fucking filthy fuck.
That's gross,
That's Chris.
That's disgusting, Chris.
He said like a baby's fist. He said. What was that noise?
It was a spit take, but he didn't want to, I guess, spray it all over the computer, so he just let it dribble all out.
But it came from the gullet. I never heard, like he'd already fucking digested that water before it came back up.
There was a little bit, there was regurgitation in that.
Sounded like a whale fart.
Tastes like acid.
Boop. Imagine how embarrassing that is when a whale farts and you have to just look up and still see it going.
It's like
now everybody
just
can
swim
see
really
it.
fast trying to get away from it.
Or just try to knock it apart into smaller. But you could be like
swim through it.
You could be like on the other side of the whale pod, and you just see that fucking bubble going up, and you're like, "Oh my god, again with you?
What'd you eat?"
Yeah.
I think that's what that mysterious bloop was in the ocean.
What bloop?
Many years ago, there was like there was a bloop.
Hold on, let everyone put on their pajamas before you finish this.
A spooky bloop.
Old tales of whale farts.
No, there was this ultra low frequency sound that was recorded in the ocean. I think it was in the late 90s, maybe. And it was like the frequency was so loud. They couldn't really figure out what could have
crashed UFO.
Yeah. They could not figure out what it could have been.
And now you're saying it's a whale fart.
It could have been a whale fart. I don't know if they've explored that.
Vito's looking it up right now to see whether you're lying.
You could
see
look
if
up
this is another
bloop.
bird flying too close to you like today.
That bird touched me.
How about how quick Vito
He
was to be
touched
like,
me.
I saw it too, Miss Gail.
Oh God, these two, Ron.
No, that bird flew right in between me and Gail.
Yeah. And
Then why wasn't it on Periscope?
Because the bird was so
No,
fast.
because he had me framed out. That's why
No,
you
you
didn't
weren't
see it.
framed in.
You were in the frame, Gail.
Oh my God. My wheels versus your wheels.
Oh, believe me, I hate my wheels too. My wheels are driving me off the road.
No, we're gonna stay on.
There's not a single contest that Chris could beat fucking Vito at. That's the sad thing. Maybe wrestling trivia. Maybe.
I would love to have us both manage in opposite corners.
I want to manage them both, though. I think they're like tag team twin brothers.
Vito's mom yesterday said, "You two look so alike."
Yeah. And then she started trying to French kiss both of you. Vito's mom's adorable.
She's the best.
She had a great time yesterday. She sends her thank yous to everybody here.
She's the nicest.
Bobby Kelly told her she smelled really good after, too.
Oh,
It's nice.
it's very nice.
Mr. Robert Kelly making everybody feel good. That's going to be on tomorrow. We're going to run that town hall.
That's tomorrow at 2:00.
When we run it at 7, sleep in a little later.
Do that.
We got to come up with the band for tomorrow, too.
I know. Let's pick a good one.
All right.
Really good.
Let's play Under My Wheels 3 times.
I would be happy to do that.
I think we got to wrap. Oh, shit. We're past the show today.
Yeah.
You never give me a wrap up for end of the show, do
Before you end the show, can you just tell me that the bloop? I can see the bloop there.
Apparently it was solved, but
Apparently it was solved.
So you didn't look it up.
Apparently it was solved. I'm just not reading it.
all right. It was an underwater microphone installed by the U.S. Navy called a hydrophone, and that made the sound.
Why would they have a microphone that fucking made sounds? It's supposed to fucking record sounds.
Oh yeah, that's what found the bloop. Never mind. That worked.
Oh my god!
It's like 6 paragraphs. There's a lot of information here.
Seriously, how do you not know how microphones work?
It's a hydrophone. It's different.
It's doing the opposite of what a microphone does.
It's such a noisy microphone.
He has a faucet back in his sink that sucks up water.
Can you replace my mic? It's blooping at me.
Chris is such a dick, and now everybody knows it. Now everybody fucking knows it.
No.
Let's start hitting him with sticks.
Why would you do that?
Get
Aren't you different? When something's different, all the kids hit it with sticks.
Different.
All right, we got to get going.
It was ice sheets breaking.
No, that couldn't be it.
No, it was a microphone.
Hydrophone.
A microphone.
Listen to the microphone. Listen to the microphone. Bloop. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our lead singer, Microphone. Crazy fuck. All right, so we'll see you guys early tomorrow, so get to bed early tonight.
Naps.
Is tonight vote out night, Vito?
Yes, tonight is the live eviction ceremony on Big Brother.
Does anything save the Messiah tonight?
Nothing saves the Messiah. Messiah's leaving, and we're going to have a new HOH tonight.
I just never trust what they say. Who's going to win HOH tonight?
I'm going to go Frank.
Who are you picking, Gail?
I think probably Bronte because she's so good with math and she doesn't want anyone to know. But she is a math genius. So that is pretty good about her. Yeah, it is.
She's also in Spy Girls.
I am wifey spy. Probably because I'm kind of like a wife, I guess, or something like
She's
that.
not even married, right?
I'm like a wife, like everyone trusts me, they love me, I guess.
She was all about Paulie last night. Her and Natalie were just talking about how hot and gorgeous he is.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, okay, she's straight. I didn't see that one coming. How long before you think they get annoyed with her just based on voice alone?
Yeah, I think she doesn't have
They must
long.
already hate her.
Can I tell you? She's easily my favorite fucking player this year, though. I just almost despise the entire house.
I like James.
Sid Vicious's kid. I'm Team Sid Vicious.
He's a dope. He's not. He doesn't have the win in him. You know, he's like, hey, we're all trying to do a team together, right? Yeah, I'm easy going.
Kid Vicious?
Ooh.
Kid Vicious is a great fucking name.
Hashtag that thing.
Yeah, hashtag Kid Vicious right now.
Get it?
Yeah, fucking trending, and we'll never have to work again. Oh, we never told you that. When you trend, they send you $500,000.
Get it going, you cock fuck.
Where are we trending? And then when you do trend, you're like this. Yeah, we're trending.
We did it.
Trending.
We're trending.
Bronte got it trending.
What would you rather do? Pretend or pretend?
Pre-trend.
Let's pretend. Well, what do you got planned today, Chris? Cancel those plans. I've got something I want you to do.
Okay.
Do I want you to do, right?
What's that?
Stand in the corner and think about your life.
Oh, Jesus. Can't do that.
Really?
I can stand in the corner, but I need, like, I don't know, something to keep my mind occupied.
What is it about? Maybe go, what was your first memory? Start there and then go all the way through your life. What's the first memory you have? Running from a fucking train cop with your parents? That train dick is after us. Keep moving.
Hustle.
Now, what was it? Shining shoes underground somewhere?
I feel like parents arguing, maybe. I don't have a lot of memories when I was looking, isn't it?
Yeah, and by the way, the parents were arguing while he was in the womb, and it was late term this son of a bitch. Late term him.
There's still time.
What were your parents arguing about? You know,
I couldn't tell you.
Did it have anything to do with you?
Probably.
You think if you were a better son, they would have been happier?
Oddly enough, no. I really stayed out of their way.
Peter, you have a first memory?
Yeah, it was the 96 blizzard.
What?
96? Imagine your memory started in 1996.
No, the blizzard. Did you end up getting that at a fucking fast food place? Or was it an actual blizzard?
No, it was the actual
This blizzard is delicious. 96 is my favorite year.
This is going to be a great 1996.
There's chips in here, everybody.
It's probably great.
So, what did you remember about the blizzard?
I literally remember my first memory is walking out of my house in Jersey at the time, and looking outside and the snow was like above my head.
That was the last time anything was above your head.
Exactly.
After that, he was looking down at everything forever. It's always funny when you have a first memory, you know? My first memory was sitting in the robe of Christ. I was Pilate. No, but, you know, if there is past lives, you ever go to a place you think, oh, I felt like I lived here before?
I felt like deja vu things where, like, I've been here before.
Well, deja vu is just you saying the same stupid things over and over. Oh, shit. The sound was coming from a microphone.
How'd your phone?
We figured out it. The microphone causes problems. I can't hear you. There's 5 microphones in this room, Chris.
It's too loud.
Wait, I didn't read anything. I just saw the word microphone and I screamed it. That's how he gives us news things. He just looks at a full page, yells out the first word that he sees.
I gotta get it out there.
And then he's like at peace with it. Like, I did it.
Got it. Got
I
him the
informed Ron.
Got him the information.
I finally got it. Oh, why?
You're welcome, people of Earth. All right, we got to get out of here. We first of all, happy birthday to Johnny.
Happy birthday, dear Johnny.
Happy birthday, dear Johnny.
Happy birthday.
I hope. What do you got planned for tonight?
Nothing at all.
Oh, that's a nice night, isn't it?
Just gonna chill with my wifey.
Oh,
wifey's
magic
face.
feeling. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. If I was in the Beatles, I would go, do we think this is a song, Paul? Because it just doesn't seem like we're quite done with it. All right, Johnny, enjoy doing nothing tonight. Kind of like you said, spend your birthday the way you did your life.
Yes,
doing nothing. In this case, doing nothing.
Nice.
And then we'll be back here at 7 a.m. Mark 7, everybody.
7.
So set your phone. You know?
I will.
7.
Wake up on time, people.
Look at this. I didn't fucking plug in all day.
Oh, no. Here.
Okay. Now I'm fucking plugging in. Thanks, Earth. We'll see you guys. We'll be right back at 7 tomorrow. If not, we'll see you all again in
1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!